Trying to get Geek to come in. Hello, people. We are live, and this is not the Quagmire. And it's not the Redneck Zone. It's Friday, and Mikey's not here
It's a special edition.
Yeah, it's a special edition nothing chat. So come out, hang around. I sent out tons of links.
Come on in and talk to us. Come on in. Special edition chat. Redneck Bill.
I'm gonna open the outside up.
Yeah, I missed Tuesday's night chat. I was going to run. I usually try to run a little small Tuesday night chat, but I missed it this Tuesday because it was my son's birthday.
Well, that's one of the things you got to do. That comes first, don't it, buddy?
Well, he asked me if I'd let him have a party up here, so we had a party up here. And there was lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of alcohol. And I consumed as much of it as I could humanly consume without dying.
Was you still walking?
Apparently not, from the way my house looked when everybody left the next morning. I fell into a shelf, knocked it over, knocked all my dishes down, busted the shelf.
I've been there, done that.
So yesterday, I felt so bad. I drunk so much. Wednesday, I just laid and slept all day.
You had to recover.
I had to recover from that much. So yesterday, me and my mom and Logan came back out here, which is my oldest son. He's the one that had the birthday. He turned 20. I showed them 19-year-olds. They can't drink nowhere as close to as much alcohol as I can.
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah.
RV Lucky's asking for a link.
All right. I hunt him up one.
They can't hang with the big boys, can they, Tommy?
Well, I got a few more years on them. I mean, I started drinking when I was 17.
More experience. You got to get a little experience under your belt before you come hang with the big boys.
Well, I usually don't drink like that. I usually will sit here and drink beer, and I can drink, a couple of cases of beer and not even feel it. For some reason, I have a very high tolerance of alcohol. But Tuesday night, they were sitting there bragging how much they could drink. And I can drink more than you. And they were just sitting there bantering backwards and forwards with each other. And I was like, oh, shit, kids, y'all can't drink nothing. So between 6 of them, they shared a bottle of Hypnotic. And I think maybe a case, maybe 2 cases of beer. Well, I drank a bottle of vodka, a bottle of Jack Daniels, drank half a bottle of Fireball, drank my 12-pack of beer that I had bought me, and then I started working on them, or working on their beer that they had brought.
And they were passed out, and you probably still going.
Oh, no, they were still going too, but
What was it?
They'd only drunk maybe a couple of cases of beer, and there was 6 of them sharing a bottle of Hypnotic, so I done drunk 3 times what they drunk, and I eventually went out. I don't remember much after that.
That's one of them ones you wake up naked and wondering how you got outside.
Now, I was wondering why my dishes was laying on the floor. I mean, all of them were laying on the floor, and I was like, what the hell happened? It's like, you got drunk, hit the shelf. Your dishes went everywhere, and I was like, damn.
Not again. Damn.
I had to go in there and rewash every dish in the house yesterday. I did get video of us eating crickets, though. They were all drunk enough to eat crickets. Which was absolutely funny.
I tell you what, a couple of years ago, I woke up in the backyard, middle of the night, about 2 a.m. I know I went to bed. Woke up on my riding lawnmower in the shed.
Lawnmower in the shed.
Explain that one.
How the hell did that work?
I didn't even mow the lawn that day.
That would have to been uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's not a comfortable situation when you figure out about 4 o'clock in the morning. You're waking up, roll over to grab a drink of water or something like that, and all of a sudden you realize I'm in the fucking backyard in my shed on the riding mower off the deck.
I drunk when I was 17. Well, I had just turned 18, and me and this girl was going to get married. I had asked her to marry me and everything, and because I drank a bottle of Southern Comfort that she had bought for herself, she got mad at me and broke it off. So I went to the liquor store and bought a big old bottle of Everclear. I proceeded to drink the bottle of Everclear. And I woke up the next morning. I had a big old knot on the side of my head. I was sore all over. Could not figure out what happened until people started telling me about how I had fell into a truck, got into the fight with the truck, and ran into it 4 or 5 more times to prove that that truck did not make me fall down.
What?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? And it's like, no, you was fighting with the truck, trying to prove that it didn't make you fall down. I don't remember it. Well, dang, y'all don't all get quiet. It was a dumb story, but it was still a story.
No, some of our best memories are memories we don't remember.
Oh, blackout stories are the best stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get
Wake your ass up in a snowbank sometime.
I remember one time when I was a young man in the Air Force. I was stationed in Warner Robins, Georgia, and me
I'm
and
gonna cut
two
you
other
off right
guys-
there. Thank you for your service, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you, bud.
Thank you. And we drank a fifth of Jack Daniels in like an hour. It was one of the guys' birthdays, and we in the barracks. We had like a 3-story barracks, and we were on the 2nd floor. So you had like these fire escapes. So you had like the little platforms and It wasn't like the fire escapes with the ladders. It was actually like a landing and steps, and you could like go up and down. Anyway, I was out there and I was like drunk as hell. And I was like getting on the top rail of the railing, hanging on to it and spinning around and sitting on the railing beneath it. About the 3rd time I did that, I lost my grip and I fell. And I fell down to the railing on the sidewalk, and my arm and my leg caught the railing. I never hit the concrete sidewalk, but it hurt like hell. And I was laying there, and these guys were like, everybody was like coming out, oh my God, he killed himself, he killed himself. So I'm sitting there hearing this, I'm just like trying to like focus. And the hospital was like across the street, so somebody called the ambulance. So they come over there, and this is on base. And they're like, won't know if I'm all right and stuff. And I'm sitting there thinking, I got to make this good. So everybody's out there freaking out. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm like, so they're like putting me in neck braces and stuff, and they like load me up in this ambulance and take me over to the hospital and check me out. I did have a bad sprained ankle that they wrapped real good and gave me some crutches. Then I came back and we finished partying the rest of the night. And the funny thing about it is the next day was a Saturday, and we was having a squadron picnic, and they had like 5 kegs of beer. So I hobble out there with some guys, and we're like doing this on a softball field on base, and my first sergeant's like, Sweatman, I heard you did a 10 off the balcony last night. Climb up on this roof and repeat it and let us see what you done. It was funny as hell. So that was a pretty cool little drunkard thing that happened. That nobody really got hurt. Just fun.
You want to hear a stupid arrest story?
Sure.
21 years old. Used to go to the bar all the time in my local, I guess you'd call it a city. I live in a small town, America. Used to go out to the town square right in the middle of Main Street. They have a big fountain. Used to take a big gallon of Mr. Bubbles, drop it in there. It'll fill the entire square with bubbles.
Oh, yeah.
Did this every weekend for probably 2 years. Finally, the last time I ever did it was when bicycle cop pulls up. Just dumping this gallon of Mr. Bubbles in the fountain, fill the town square up with bubbles. Hilarious. The only reason, and this guy couldn't even keep a straight face, was because I threw the bottle in the fountain. He got me for a $74 fine for littering.
Damn.
And even then, he still didn't have a straight face. He goes, the only reason I'm giving you a ticket was because you littered. If you didn't throw the bottle in there, it would have been hilarious, as it has been for the last 2 years. But you threw the bottle in there. It's plastic. It's not biodegradable. $74 ticket. I said, you know what? I'm glad to pay it.
Damn, that is fair. That's hilarious there.
Best cop I ever met in my life.
That's cool.
Our cops the older ones, they used to pull up. They knew I was underage because they knew my dad. They'd pull up. We would be drunker than skunks. And they would just look at us and say, they'd look at my brother. My brother never drinks. They'd look at him and say, if they give you any trouble, let us know. We'll whop them in the head with nightsticks, and you can take them home afterwards.
Oh, she said Paul might get it.
They never had to, but that was what they always told him, just keep them straight. They knew I was 17 when I was drinking. They didn't care.
That's the same way back when I was younger, like when I was 20 years old back in the 80s. The cops were a lot cooler. Like, if they caught you doing something and you weren't hurting anybody, they would, take you home, follow you home, or just lecture you, let you go. They would, try to put a little fear in you to a degree, but they were really polite about it when they done it, too. Nowadays, a damn cop pulls you over now or something, it's like they got all this damn power over you. Like, we got your ass now.
I'll tell you, years ago, where I'm from, I ain't gonna say his name, but he was a detective around here for years and years and years. But he ended up, they caught him growing. He ended up 40 pounds of pot on his property. He had a big farm, but he was a detective all them years, and he ended up. He beat it on detective. Talkie. What am I trying to say? You know what I'm saying? He beat the case on a
Technicality.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. He beat it on that. It was 40 pounds of pot, and he was the damn detective of our city. It happened in the 70s. They took it to federal court. Oh, what the hell I got to lose? I mean, it's Bucky Cooper. That's his name.
Yeah.
He's dead and gone now.
You gonna run?
Man, they used to catch me with pot all the time. But they would never send me to jail for it. They'd always just, if they even took it from me, they'd just pour it out on the ground and say, just go on.
Yeah, it's the same with us. Like, if we got called out riding around, and we weren't drunk or whatever, but we might have been riding around drinking. And that was back when Schlitz malt liquor and all that crap was prevalent. And they would just, make you pour it out. They'd make you open up every one and pour it out and then tell you, get your ass home. Don't let us catch you back out here. That's how they used to run the game back then. It's like, nowadays, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. They got to generate that money nowadays or something. I don't know.
Now, if you're 18 and you drunk a damn beer, they got to take your license. You got to go to court. You got to spend 6 months in jail.
It's all money so they can build the city out and help and do stuff like that. Roads, make better roads. It's all about the money.
Why spend that amount of money to put somebody in jail over something like weed?
Right.
They do that a lot down there. I say that's their income.
I'll tell you another quick little story. 20 years old, driving down the highway, smoking a bowl the entire time I'm going. Cop turns around. I just barely hit the white line. Cop turns around, starts chasing me down the road, put down my driver's side window, toss out my metal bowl. Of course, the car reeks like weed. Cop pulls me over, says, "Can I search your car?" I said, "Go ahead. There's nothing else in the car. Go ahead and look all you want." Tears everything out of my trunk, out of the pouches, out of my back seat. I mean, literally, glove box, everything. Can't find a damn thing. He goes, "Well, I can't find anything, so you're well to go on your way." Now, I know my rights. Wherever you pulled something out of my car, by law, he has to put it back. If you're not arresting me as an officer, there's nothing you can do. You have to put everything back where you found it. So I made him put every document back in my glove box, the pouches in the back seat, the little pouches in the side compartments in my trunk for the jumper cables and everything else, to make sure everything was put back properly, because he swore I was hoarding pounds of weed in my car, just smoking a bowl driving down the road. He still took me to court, so I took it in front of the court officer, which was Talbot here at the time, and he says, "So why did you search his car?" I said, "I smelled marijuana." And the guy said, the judge said, "So wait, he told you to search his car, you found nothing, why did you pursue?" He said, "Because there was something obviously in the vehicle." I said, "No, I just finished." I told the cop right off the bat, "I finished a joint, there's nothing left in my car." Obviously, I didn't tell him I threw the bowl out the passenger side window.
Of course not.
Of course not. But a $144 fine is what I was charged with. And the guy, thank God we have a normal judge up here in New Hampshire, threw everything out of court, and also they tried to charge me with the officer's hours of the amount of time it took him to put everything back in place in my car, which was obviously thrown out.
That's crazy.
15 years ago, but it's a story that I'll never forget, because this officer had a chip on his shoulder. He smelt something in my car, which I granted him. Yes, there was a smell in my car. I told him, "You're not going to find anything in my car."
Yeah.
They have that loophole in court. If you smell it, if you have what suspicion, they can look. They have that
Element of suspicion is exactly what it's called, Todd.
Yeah, they got that little loophole.
But even then, I made the guy look like an idiot. He took me to court, took me to everything else, found nothing in my car, but I made him put everything back in my glove box, back in the pouches.
Oh, that's
Tried to tell me my spare tire didn't have to be locked back down. I said, "No, you unlocked it from the back of my trunk of my car. The jumper cables came out of this little compartment. You put it all back."
Oh, that's the reason he pursued it, is because you pissed him off and made him put everything back.
Oh, it's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
It's called the real charge is called contempt of cop.
Right.
I record every time. I haven't been pulled over, knock on wood, but if I do get pulled over, I record if I have.
Well, this was 15 years ago, Todd. We didn't have smartphones back then. I had the console phone in the console of the car that weighed 12 pounds.
They usually don't mess with you if you record.
Exactly.
But if it's like a small town where I went to school with most of them anyway years ago, but if it's small, I still record them.
Nice.
We had them. Where I live at, we live in a little small town, and on Sunday nights we had cruising. But it was so big of an event that we had people that would come from other states to cruise, because they was probably 3,000 or 4,000 people on a night cruising, on Sunday nights down here. So the cops would get out there and watch and have traffic stops while everybody was cruising, because they'd drink and stuff. And they got smart because we started figuring out what they were doing. So they tried to change their tactics. They put people on top of the roofs of the buildings and would sit there and watch it.
People.
And if they seen you drinking, then they would write you a ticket. Or if they seen you without your seatbelt, they'd write you a ticket. Hey, Mr. Tolly.
How's Tolly?
Golly.
Tolly in the house.
So I seen them doing it one night, and everybody nicknamed this one cop Diapers because he was a rookie. It was his first year, and he looked like Opie from the Andy Griffith Show.
Get his ass kicked all the time.
Yeah, that's what he looked like. So we always called him Diapers. As we're driving through town, me and my brother is in this damn old beat-up CJ5 Jeep. And you know how they are. I mean, they are bare bones. This thing didn't even have a seat in it. We built a wooden bench in the back of it just to give people a place to sit on the back of it. You know, old beat-up Jeep. There was nowhere to hide nothing in it.
I love it.
We're driving through there, and I see these idiot cops because we got the top down. I look up, and that was the thing that most people didn't realize was when they were riding around in cars, the roof kind of blocked the cops looking down on them. So we were in that Jeep, and it was topless at the time, so I could see them. And I was like, dude, there's cops up there. So I started telling everybody, you know, the cops were up there. They sat there and hunted a reason to pull us over. And the one reason they came up with was we had fireworks are illegal in this town, or in our state. We had 3 or 4 firecrackers. And we lit them and threw them at a girl's car because they had thrown water in the ours, you know. It's one of those cruising weekend things where everybody's picking on everybody.
Uh-oh, put you in prison for that.
So they threw water on us as we were driving by. So we took firecrackers and threw them at them, and they exploded. And the cops seen us do it, so they called in and they pulled us over. And they were sitting there running their mouths to me. And when I was 17, 18, 19, I was a smart ass. I didn't care. The cops couldn't tell me what to do. I didn't give a damn. So this cop's looking at me and goes, I know your daddy. Because my dad, was the mechanic who worked on their cars. And they were sitting there arguing backwards. I was arguing with them backwards and forwards, and they said, well, we can take you to jail. I looked at them, I said, I don't give a damn. Put me in cuffs, take me on. They said, well, we're not going to do it. And I was like, well, why the hell not? They said, well, we could, but we're not going to. Well, what the hell are you bugging me for? Then they told me they were going to kick my ass and a whole bunch of other stuff. They were pissed. But
Things what kills me with them, they call for backup, and they get about 6 people around me. This is what they do to me.
Oh, hell, you can't call for backup here. Backup's the whole damn police force when it gets there. There's 5 people.
Like, we had a fun fest one time. At Fun Fest, and I had an injured leg at one time. He came up to me and asked if I was drunk. And before you know it, there was 5 cops surrounding me, and I was doing sobriety tests, and my left leg was swelled up because of my neuropathy where I'm a diabetic, and I failed the damn test, but I hadn't been drinking. And 5 of them surrounded me there, and he said, you're lucky you don't go to jail. I could take you to jail if I wanted to. And I told him, I said, I'll blow in the thing if you want me to. You ain't taking me to jail.
They always pull that, don't they? Oh, you're lucky. No, if I was lucky, you wouldn't have pulled me over, dumbass. I had one. I actually had one time. I put a big stereo in my car. I was one of those kids who started off with a $3,000 stereo and a $500 car. Mama, I went to work for a textile company, and so I put a big stereo in my car. Mom and Dad bought my car. It was a $500 hunk of junk. But it had a stereo worth a couple of grand in it, so I was a happy kid. I was driving home. I had just got off work at like midnight. Was driving home, and a cop got behind me, and because I was driving 25 mile an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone, he pulled me over. Well, when he pulls me over, walks up to the car, and I'm a young kid. I didn't know my rights at the time, so he pretty much looked at whatever he wanted to. At the time, I was 21. He thought I was a lot younger. And he goes, "Okay, have you got anything in the car that I need to know about?" I was like, "Well, I got beer in the back, and I got a pistol in the glove compartment." He looks at me. He says, "You got what?" And I said, "Well, I got a couple of cases of beer in the cooler in the back seat. I hadn't drunk it. I just got off work. It was what we had left over from cruising the weekend before." And that idiot cop takes me back to his car, gives me a sobriety test. Then he decides that he's going to write me a ticket for the beer in the car, but he wasn't going to write me for the pistol because he thought I was underage. And he already knew that I had not drunk a beer, but he was going to write me a ticket for the beer and not for the pistol.
Do you have state line regulations there, Tommy?
What do you mean?
Like from New Hampshire into Massachusetts, we can't transport alcohol or firearms.
No, as far as I know, North Carolina's pretty much open about
I
As
live
long
on
as
the
the alcohol
border
has
from New Hampshire,
you can
and I cannot go over the state line with a gun or alcohol. 13 minutes away, I can't drive with either one of them.
Huh.
Yeah, some states are different like that.
What was you saying, Joe?
I was saying, like in North Carolina, as long as the alcohol hasn't been opened, you can't carry. Like even if you like you might bust open a fifth or something and have some one weekend. If you're transporting it and it's in your vehicle within your reach, and they pull you over, they can write you a ticket for open container because the seal's been broken.
Same here, Joel.
But if it hasn't been opened at all and the seal's intact, you can transport throughout the state all you want.
Here we cannot drive from New Hampshire. If I'm a New Hampshire resident, I cannot drive into Massachusetts with alcohol.
Wow.
If you're from Massachusetts, go to New Hampshire and purchase. You can go back into Massachusetts without a problem.
That's crazy.
Explain that one.
That's crazy.
Explain why I can carry an open carry gun in New Hampshire. I go into Massachusetts to metal detect out in these remote places, cellar holes, old farm fields. I cannot drive over the border with a gun in my car, whether it's unloaded or loaded, without a fine.
So that's crazy. And I'm thinking these states need to quit having their own laws. There needs to be one law in the United States about the Second Amendment, and it's called constitutional carry, the right to bear arms.
You're exactly right.
Should not be infringed. It should not be state to state. You should be able to carry it concealed if you want to, any way you want to, if you're legally able to own a firearm.
Correct.
And that should not be infringed.
Okay,
In New Hampshire, you're legally open carry. If you only have an open carry permit, you can go into Vermont, Maine, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, or anything like that with a concealed permit, but not with an open carry permit.
Okay, hold on a minute. Mr. Tolley?
Yeah.
Bush brother said hello. He asked you what you're listening to tonight.
Letting some glue dry on the knife sheath and sorting out some brass.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Tolley, right here is your wallet.
Good. How's it work for you?
Haven't used it yet. I'm still trying to break it in before I put everything in it.
Oh, the only way to break it in is to use it.
Now, see, now Joel said something that kind of irks me on the. Now, no offense. I mean, me and Joel's friends, so I think we can both say things that irks each other and not be pissed off at each other. We're not going to get mad and go running through the woods trying to shoot each other.
Absolutely.
Because we only a couple of miles apart any damn way. But, you said as long as you're legally able to carry it. Well, the Constitution doesn't say there's any way that you can't carry it. It says that you're allowed to carry a gun. There's no ifs, ands, or buts in it.
Unless you're a felon.
No, it doesn't even say if you're a felon. That was added in later.
Where the problem is, all the states are different on all the laws. They need to have one law on everything in the country, in every state. All the laws should be
There already is.
in every state.
But I have the problem with
That's what the
felon.
Constitution's about.
Back
To unify the states.
Back when the
But
Constitution.
they got different gun laws in different states. All of them.
I'm aware of that.
But when the Constitution.
But they already have on the. Go ahead, Tommy.
No, you go ahead.
The Constitution was originally originated to unify the states. And they've just bastardized everything so much that now it doesn't unify the states.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
And
I have no criminal record that could tell me that I should not be able to carry a firearm. I can walk into a store, walk out 15 minutes later carrying a gun. Why can't I go 12 minutes down the road from my house and walk into Massachusetts with an unloaded firearm into Massachusetts and still be able to have that weapon in my car?
Don't know. Well, see, the part of it that gets me is when the Constitution was originally wrote, and people would get in trouble, they'd go to prison. They did it during the cowboy days. They did it during the Revolutionary War days. All that sort of stuff. When the Constitution got wrote, you could go to prison, and the day you stepped out of prison, they would hand you your guns back and tell you to go not get no more trouble. At what point did that change? I mean,
There used to be a law on the books in Minnesota that when you were released from jail, and this was on the books for a long time, they had to give you a horse, a gun, and $10.
that's my point. I tell people I don't hide my past from anybody. I got in trouble when I was younger. I have a felony on my record, but it's a non-violent felony. My ex-wife wrote a bunch of bad checks. When she came home from living with her boyfriend, I got blamed for it, and I went to jail just right along with the rest of them. I didn't spend no time in jail for that one, but I got the felony from it. Why should I be stopped from owning a firearm and going hunting and feeding myself?
Well, Tommy,
Sure.
let me rephrase what I'm talking about. And I probably said it wrong legally. That might have been the PC in the back of my brain, which I'm not really PC.
I asked you for it, Joe. I'm just trying. You
didn't hurt me. You reminded me what I said was probably incorrect. There shouldn't even be no laws about it. You should be able to carry a firearm. It's the Second Amendment. You should have the right to protect yourself, your family, your loved ones, and the government shouldn't interfere in it.
Yeah.
Now,
Right.
if you get in trouble using your firearm, you go to jail, you go to jail. And just like in the old days when you served your time, if they're letting you out of jail, they're saying, hey, you served your time, we penalized you, your rights are restored. Even like being a felon, you have to fight to get your rights back to vote, which is crazy.
Not here in North Carolina. Every one of your rights are restored in North Carolina, except for your right to own guns. But you have to go back and petition the courts to get it. You've got to pay a $200 fee just to the court. And to get a lawyer to help you, you've got to pay at least another $500 to get a lawyer to do it, so that you don't screw it up and have to pay another $200.
But see, that's crazy. It's like if they let you out, they're saying, "Hey, you did your time." That should be the end of it.
Yeah.
You're a free man again. Well, what may be free in this country anymore, but you're a free man again, and all your rights should be restored immediately once you're released and you've paid your penance to the county or state or whatever for the crime you committed.
Now, I can see limiting the gun to certain felons. I can almost see it, to violent people, to people that have proven time and time and time again that they are going to be violent.
If they're violent, they shouldn't get out of prison.
But for non-violent
Exactly.
crime,
I agree. If they're that violent, they stay in jail.
They're
Well,
putting
but what do you call violent?
violent people in prison longer than violent people. That's the issue today.
violent, I consider you beat somebody up, you use a gun and shoot somebody.
If you shot somebody and went to jail for it, you should have no gun rights when you get out, regardless.
That's my point. That's what I'm getting at. I mean, at a certain point, yes, I can see taking away the instrument that you're using, but not for just little bitty stuff. Like I literally had to go and search through a ton of state statutes just to be able to protect myself, which I now carry a black powder pistol because it's not classified as a firearm. It's classified as an antique weapon.
And you can carry it concealed.
Oh no, I open carry.
But you can conceal it.
Did you say you got yours dropped down to a misdemeanor?
Oh no, mine's still a felony.
Is it?
There's no way to drop it, but you can get your gun rights back after like 10 or 15 years.
Is that what it is, 10 or 15?
So, I mean, your regular rights are restored the day you come off probation. That is close to it, Mr. Tolley.
No, it ain't.
No, I mean...
That's my new best friend.
Tommy, did you shoot somebody?
No. My ex-wife wrote a bunch of bad checks when she was with her boyfriend.
I've been there.
And when she came home, she brought stuff home with her, and I got in trouble for it.
So what the hell does it have to do with a firearm?
They won't let me own a firearm.
Nothing. It's a felony.
Okay, so if you get a felony charge of burglary, say it was an unarmed burglary, you walk into a convenience store with a banana in your pocket, you get convicted for a felony. You do your time. You get back out of jail. You should never own a firearm again because you held up a convenience store with a banana?
No.
Any felony, it don't matter what it is, any felony.
Now that's questionable because there's a possibility of it being a violent crime without the actual violent. I mean, you got a freaking banana in your pocket, but it's the intimidation part theirs. So how does a banana
like bother somebody? Like,
all right, let me give you a relation story here.
Those tactical bananas can really scare people, though.
Yeah, because they might have multiple clips.
It could be a whole bunch of bananas.
Right.
Those tactical bananas scare the hell out of people.
That's like a Gatlin banana at that point.
Oh
yeah.
It's a damn assault banana.
Let me put it this way. The only reason I brought this up, I was 17 years old. I got an aggravated assault charge. I just got my 3rd-degree black belt in one style of martial arts. I already had them in a couple of others. I got an aggravated assault charge because somebody at the age of 22 pissed me off. I was 17. I beat the shit out of the kid. I got tried as an adult. I went through the court systems, got it released, everything else. They told me I could not own a firearm because I was already in the possession of an illegal weapon, or no, not an illegal, a deadly weapon at that point. I got the lawyers, got everything else done. It took me 7 years to have that case sealed before I could own a firearm. Now, you explain to me how I cannot own a firearm because I beat the shit out of somebody with martial arts techniques. How does that relate to a gun charge?
Well,
Violence.
how does my ex-wife writing a bad check say I can't own a firearm?
That's my point. There's no relevance to guns in that situation.
But it is violence.
It was violence, correct. So all violence is considered the same?
Sure, why not? Violence is violence.
The government uses that to get more guns out of people's hands.
But the thing is, if you were 17, then you was still technically a kid. So
No, I was an emancipated minor. I moved out on my own when I was 15.
But you're still a kid. I mean, you're still under the.
But tried as an adult.
Not once you're emancipated, you're treated as an adult.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah.
You betcha.
All right, Collie.
A lot of pregnant women, younger girls emancipate yourself or whatever.
Yep.
Well, I didn't know that. So.
Oh yeah, I dropped all parental rights. I was my own adult at that point. I was an emancipated minor. I went through the court systems just to do it.
Well, the only thing I can figure out is it's just considered violence. So.
Correct. It's violence. It's assault, but it's not a lethal weapon assault unless it goes through the state of New Hampshire considers once you get your black belt in martial arts, your hands and feet are lethal weapons.
Huh.
A lot of states consider that to be the.
So you're telling me that my hands and feet are the same thing as a gun?
Well,
apparently you're still a lethal weapon.
Correct. So I could not buy a gun for 7 years. Again, I was 24 years old before I could buy a gun after that.
Right.
I think that should depend on like the circumstance. You know,
to be honest with you, it was a self-defense situation where I won the fight. I responded too much. Yes, I agree. But even then, why should I have to wait 7 years to own a gun, even though it was somebody that was also a black belt in martial arts? He was 22 years old. I was 17. I took the rap for every part of that assault charge, and he got nothing out of the deal. He attacked me first.
That's wrong. I ain't saying everything is right, but at the same time, a violent crime is a violent crime.
I agree.
Now, so somebody commits rape, should they be banned from owning a gun?
Yes.
Okay, now here's another question.
If there was no firearm, no. If there was no firearm involved and they committed a rape,
yep,
no weapon involved, just brute force, should they not be able to own a gun?
Yes.
I believe so too.
They should be castrated, maybe.
Well, I'd agree with that too, but in the same token, if I go out and beat the hell out of somebody, should I be able to own a gun? Because I beat them up.
That depends on the circumstances.
How bad you
Why?
beat?
Yeah, right. What's the circumstances?
What difference does it make?
Right.
Well, let's just say this, Tolly. Let's just say you have a daughter.
I have 4 of them.
All right. Let's just say one of your daughters went out on a date and some boy tried to take advances too far with her. She come in crying. He's still out there, and you go out there and slap him around a little bit.
Yeah, right.
I don't think you should lose any rights for that.
No, well, let's make sure it's a felony, of course. That would be a misdemeanor.
Well, if you
I just
assaulted
slap her
him,
around
it
a
might be a felony, right?
Well, it would be, if I'm just slapping him around a little bit, it's just a misdemeanor assault.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you broke his nose accidentally.
Like black eyes.
That would make it a felony. So
Right.
Yeah.
I don't
Should've-
think necessarily you should lose your gun rights because you was defending your daughter from something somebody did to them, and
Well, I'd agree.
you weren't
That's a
trying
fine
to
line.
you weren't trying to like kill him. You're just trying to let him know you don't do this shit.
And that's why the court system is the way it is, and you go and have a trial by a jury of your peers. And they can find you not guilty of that.
True.
After you spend $10,000,
It is what it is, man. I mean, so you got to spend some money to do it. But the point I'm making is, okay, there is no difference between the rapist and the guy that just went and beat the hell out of somebody as far as the courts are concerned with the gun rights. No guns have been involved in any of these crimes. I went over, I beat the hell out of a guy, busted his nose. Okay, he hit me first, I hit him back and broke his nose. So, the guy that went out and raped somebody is looked at the same way. A felony is a felony.
oh no, it shouldn't be looked at the same way. Oh no.
But it is.
Yeah, I know.
Why should,
And that's what
now,
happened
why
to me.
shouldn't it? Why shouldn't it be looked at the same way?
Because that's totally different. You got into a fight with a mutual person.
But that's
Yeah.
not how it looks at it in law. I walked out of the building the night I got my black belt in martial arts. The kid made
Yep.
a sarcastic comment. I turned around. He punched me in the face. I kicked him in the throat, collapsed his esophagus. I got tried as I was a criminal.
Yep.
So should a rapist be charged in the same class as, say, a drug dealer?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Nor do I think I should have been tried the same way. I defended myself.
Yeah, Brandon,
Right.
yours sounds like self-defense, and you got
Exactly
Yeah,
what it was. I made one
Totally
strike.
is.
you got
It
screwed.
totally is.
Yeah.
And I totally understand that.
And it took me
But the
7
point I'm-
years to be able to own a gun after that. That was my
Yep.
only point in this conversation. I'm not defending my actions or anything like that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying it took me 7 years after that to own a
No,
gun.
right. The point I'm trying to make is, how are we going to differentiate all of these different felonies?
Right.
Yeah.
It was
How do you create more laws and more rules and more regulation just to differentiate these different felony offenses?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And again, I was 17 years old. The guy was 22.
Yeah, I'm
Immediately
not
outside
saying
as
you
an
were in the
adult.
wrong. Yep,
It's not like I
but you
freaked
were
out on the guy.
emancipated, so you should have been tried as an adult since you were emancipated.
Correct. I agree. 100%.
So, but should you have gone to trial? I mean, let's take it way back. Should you have been the one to go to trial?
No, he should have been. He struck first.
You're right. See, that's the point I'm making.
Right.
But how do we differentiate all of this?
That fine line is not drawn.
Yeah, when they put you in pressure and
How many fine lines do we want to have in our judicial system?
You know,
I mean,
the funny thing about all this, the funny thing about all that was he did 6 months in a hospital to be rehabilitated for his face. I did 6 months in the county jail.
what they do, they get you, then they try to cut a deal with you so they don't have to take you to trial.
Yeah,
and they try
they
to get
tried
a
you
deal.
because they couldn't try him.
Exactly. He was in the
That's what
hospital.
they did.
I went
And
to
that's
jail.
bullshit.
That way they don't have
That's
to
all
go,
bullshit.
they don't have to go federal. They cut a deal so that
But what I'm saying is, if we're going to make a set of rules, what do we need the Constitution for?
Exactly. There's no reason for it.
If we're going to change all the frickin' rules to govern a few things, what do we need the Constitution for? I mean, basically what you're talking about is rewriting the entire legal system is what it would take.
And creating new
'cause
amendments
we're
that don't
talking-
exist.
That's what amendments are, though. They're changes to the Constitution.
But they're not going to amend it over a single case.
No, but they have to make a change somewhere.
But they've already changed it so much, it ain't much original left.
Well, they haven't changed that much of it, really. That
No, I get the original.
wasn't changed. That wasn't changed by our forefathers that wrote the Constitution in the first place. Most of those amendments were created after the Constitution was created. But you want to change a law to, how do I want to say this? There's already different degrees of assault depending on what happens.
Right.
I slap somebody in the face, that's assault. It's 5th degree assault. It's a misdemeanor offense. Shooting someone in the face can be an assault. It can be as little as an assault. All you have to do is prove that you did not intend to kill him.
I'll tell you what. Mine was considered aggravated assault and assault with a deadly weapon.
I could see the assault with a deadly weapon, and it was aggravated. The guy pissed you off.
He hit me.
He hit you first. You were aggravated, right?
Yep, exactly.
That's aggravated assault.
Yep, exactly. Aggravated assault, I can understand. With assault with a deadly weapon, only for the fact that I had my black belt in martial arts.
Yep. And there's a lot of states that carry that law. So
when somebody hits you like that, you're not supposed to do something back, I guess.
Pretty much, yeah. It's
Diffuse
the pussification
and
of
walk away.
America. Yep. The pussification of America. Read that somewhere, and that's what America's coming to.
Like I said, 18 years ago, I dissolved the situation. I did my 6 months, paid the fines. I still have my gun rights now. Whatever, but I would still do it again.
Well, the good thing is
I would do it too.
At least you was able to get your gun rights back. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it took 7 years though.
Yeah.
7 years to get my guns back.
For something that never should have you never should have been charged with in the first place.
I agree 100%.
I'm still working on getting mine back.
Did you have a lawyer?
I did. It cost me $10,000 in lawyers. I went through probate courts. It was reduced from aggravated assault to simple assault and all this other crap. The martial arts instructors actually came to my side and said, "We saw what happened. The guy attacked you outside the studio." Stupid shit like that. But still, when the guy's going to throw a punch, your instinct reaction after years of martial arts is you're going to throw one strike to end the situation. And that's what I did. I kicked him in the throat.
Right.
It's not my fault that he didn't defend. He was also an expert martial artist, 2nd degree black belt, 2 degrees above me. I just did what I was taught to do.
Oh, you did exactly what I would have done. Well, I'm not a black belt, but I have a few skills that can work around that.
But my point is I did what I thought. Well, of course I didn't think, unfortunately, but it was the instinct reaction. And who knew that it was going to come to a lawsuit after that?
Oh, yeah. And anybody would have that instinct. Anybody would.
Right.
If you don't, there's something wrong with you.
Right, exactly. The fight or flight syndrome.
Yep.
And mine's
natural.
Fight. It's not flight.
Nope. Mine is to fight, too. If somebody had done that to me, you bet your ass I would have beat the shit out of them.
And I only threw one strike.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, it would have taken me a few more. I'm fat and old. I can't kick quite that high.
Yeah, but at your size, one strike
right
good
there.
enough.
He put them in the tombstone, the Undertaker tombstone.
Yep.
Throw them through walls and stuff. Hit them with pull sticks.
I've learned if you kick people in the knees, they don't run after
Nowadays, I let my big stick do the talking.
There you go.
I'll tell you what, Tully, if I hadn't just walked out of a martial arts class, I would have done the same thing.
I got mine too. But I'm white powder.
I just picked this one up.
No room in a gi for a gun.
Yeah, but I had
I
a
like
I
I
had a
like
guy,
guns.
I had a guy one time. He was discussing his black belt and his taekwondo and all his karate, and he told me he could beat me up before I could get to my car where my gun was. And I explained to him, yes, you probably could, but when I get to my car,
You eventually get there.
all your karate and all your beating me up is not going to stop that bullet.
Yeah,
Hey guys,
people don't
I'm
understand.
not defending martial arts against the bullet, believe me.
Oh no, that don't usually work.
I'm just saying, it's good for what it is. But when you get as old as I am, I'm not going to fight anymore.
Right.
The fighting stopped with me
That's what I'm.
when I was 30.
You're retired, ain't you, bud? Me too. I'm retired myself.
I'm
I'm too
retired.
damn old to be fighting anymore. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
That's right.
Once you hit 30, you should stop fighting.
My bones ain't like they used to. I don't know if I could help it anymore.
Stuff breaks, and it's just not a good thing.
Yeah, it takes longer for it to heal.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I already got broken fingers and knuckles over the years. It's doing crazy stuff.
Oh, I do too. Way more of them than I wanna have.
Crooked fingers.
Yep. I don't have one of them that's straight anymore. Now you put some arthritis in there, that's even worse yet.
Oh, Lord. Well, Mr. Brandon left again. Brandon, come back. We weren't picking on you, sir. We meant no harm.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul, don't they say that?
Yeah. We all like each other, don't we?
I mean,
Oh yeah.
at a certain
So
point.
I was out doing one of the most redneck things that a guy could do today.
Oh, God. What
I was out to the demo derby.
There you go. Can't beat that. Can't beat that.
Hell no. I got paid to go.
You got paid to go.
I got paid to go.
Now,
I took a couple of the clients that we work with. Well, where I work, they can't go out on their own. So they got to have a staff go with them.
Ah.
So I went, I got my admission paid, and I got paid to go.
That's awesome.
I'd love to drive in one of them things one time. I could, because they come here every year in a fair. But,
Oh, yeah, they're here every year for the fair. That's where it was at the county fair.
I know a buddy that deals with cars and makes them kind of cars and stuff. I thought about doing it one year, but I couldn't have.
I want to go back to drag racing.
They were supposed to be building a drag track near here.
Yeah.
But the city they were going to build it in put a kibosh on it. Said it would violate noise ordinances. I'm like, man, you're 5 miles from the nearest town. You're not violating any noise ordinances out there. But all the people that lived out there were pissing and moaning about it.
And is it a small town needing jobs?
Hey, man, I'd have been building a drag car.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you would have put more money back into the economy. Everybody buying parts, building their cars.
Right.
I'll tell you what.
Absolutely.
The economy didn't look too good down there at the beach, man. It just usually looked more busier down there. It just didn't look good like it usually did. The economy didn't look good.
Well, the economy is kind of shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Beach has tried to pull some stupid stuff in the past few years.
Yeah.
People have got fed up with it. Like they tried to stop Bike Week. They don't want the bikers coming down there no more.
Well, they had Mustang Week.
Well, because they make trouble.
Well, yeah, but I'd say the money outweighs a lot of the trouble. You get 100,000 bikers there on a weekend, they're going to spend a few $1 million.
Yeah.
You would think.
But yeah, they had Mustang Week, and I say I saw shit at least 1,000 Mustangs. That's what was going on down there in Mustang Week. They had all sorts of badass Mustangs, all of them, anything you could think of.
Yeah, I've been kicking myself. I just about bought one because I figured I don't really need a truck anymore. So I almost bought it was a 2004 40th anniversary
Oh, I love
Mustang.
My favorite Mustang is the 25
Yeah, it
year.
would have been fun.
The favorite one's the 25-year anniversary 5.0.
You're talking about like the 89s?
Yeah, the 25-year anniversary ones.
Those are really nice Mustangs. I've owned two.
I love them.
Yeah,
Convertible there.
I had a Mustang too.
I owned one of them too.
I regret that one.
In my lifetime, I have owned probably 6 or 7 Mustangs.
I've never had one, and it's kind of on my short list of cars to have. I want me a Mustang.
Me too. I've never had one. I want a 5.0 25-year. That's one of my bucket list things too.
Yeah.
I had one of those 79 Mustang 2 Cobras. It was pretty sweet.
Now, see, I didn't have the Cobra version. I just had the V6 version. Had the little fastback.
Yeah, this one I was looking at was a V6, but it was a nice car.
Most of the newer ones are the V6s. You very seldom find one with a V8 in it anymore. I mean, they're out there, but not as much.
Hey, Chrysler's coming out with the Barracuda.
Ooh.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. I saw a picture of it today.
The Charger was not a good one, but the Challenger, I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked what they did with the Challenger.
But that Barracuda is sweet looking.
I hadn't seen a picture of it. Now I won't see it.
It's sweet.
The one I saw was like a burnt orange. It was bad to the bone.
When I was in high school, we had a guy that had a really, really nice Challenger.
We have somebody in this town I live in. You don't see it very often, but they drive one of those. I don't remember what it was. I know it's a Plymouth. It's that Richard Petty version with that tall spoiler.
Oh, the Superbird.
Yeah, the Superbird. Somebody's got one in this town I live in. It's painted that petty blue color. It is bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's up, Jack?
Anybody got a reloading manual handy?
Nope.
Why?
I work in black powder. I don't need a reloading manual.
Somebody's got to have a reloading manual. Come on now.
If my brother was here, he probably would. But I think he's at work tonight.
I can't find any data for a 55 grain boat tail.
It's always something, man.
Yeah, flat base, but no boat tail.
Oh, them youngins left me a pet pig here.
A pet pig?
Yeah.
That sounds like supper.
They left me a pet pig.
Well, you ain't gonna eat that. That ain't a pet pig.
Yeah, but this sucker is so bouncy. I find myself just sitting around just bouncing him on the tables and stuff.
Say, Tommy, I was just thinking of something you could do on your next redneck cooking show, and you said you had a pet pig until you showed me that.
Oh, I was going to upload my video tonight for I was going to do my cooking show tonight. I was going to upload my video for my beef stew that I made. I started to edit the video, and something happened to it, and it corrupted the file. So I had to go in and redo supper tonight.
Oh, man.
I edit the video now. So I cooked hamburgers.
Well, at least you ate.
Well, I mean, you know, I made
Going hungry kind of sucks.
Yeah, well, the beef stew I'd made earlier this week, but, you know, I actually made it like Sunday. But with, you know, trying to cook and then edit and then trying to upload it to YouTube, it's crazy trying to do it all on Friday, so.
So you're telling me now you're ruining the mystery of the Redneck Friday Night Cooking Show? You don't actually cook it on Friday?
What's on the menu for the next cooking show?
The one that I'm trying to download or trying to get edited right now is hamburgers and French fries.
Oh yeah. Put your runny egg on it.
Now, see, I was going to do that. I was going to put chili and a runny egg on it.
They're good, man. I love it. They're good.
But the hunger overwhelmed me, and I went ahead and ate what I had. I was even going to show everybody my dollar ribeyes. I bought dollar ribeyes from the Dollar Tree.
Can't beat that.
No, you should see these dollar ribeyes.
Yeah, I remember you showing me there.
Those things are pitiful.
We talked about it that night, the after chat there.
Those things are pitiful. I mean,
but you know, there's a use for them anyway.
Yeah, they work good for stew. That darn beef stew that I made was really good.
Was it?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not bad tasting steaks. They're just itty bitty.
You wouldn't want to throw them on a grill or anything, but to cut them up and use them in something else, I think would be pretty good.
They're $1's worth is what they are.
Yep.
Cujo says it's time for me to go to next Food Network star. No.
We could have a redneck food star.
Yeah, you got all them people that's trained at the Juilliard and all them other fancy places, the Cordon Bleu. And here I walk.
Yeah, they eat.
I've been
They eat
cooking about
rednecks.
3 months. Yeah, I can see that one working. Well, I made a souffle with a marmalade. Man, I can't even pronounce half the words they do.
Yeah. Pick a bullet. Wait. Oh, look at this. I can go to Hodgdon's website and they'll tell me what I can use. Woohoo!
So yeah, I don't see me going out cooking on no TV show. It's just my YouTube channel.
Well, you know, there's a bunch of us that like to do a little cooking. We could all do it. Have our own little show.
Well, I never thought thought about it until I moved out here. You know, because Mama always cooked, or when I was married, my ex-wife always cooked, so I never had to. Unless I was working at a fast food restaurant, that's totally different cooking.
Well, Tommy, what you could do when you do your cooking show, you can tag somebody.
Yeah.
To do something.
If anybody ever tags me, you got to send me a message or something, because I don't get around to videos so much anymore.
Yeah, you might have to message somebody, but when you do your video, tag somebody else to show you some different styles of redneck cooking or whatever.
Yeah, mine's just simple. I mean, I add in a bunch of spices, but there again, I like a lot of spice.
Well, it don't matter what you do. Your little cooking shows are pretty cool, though.
Gear has some good cooking going on.
Especially for somebody that ain't been doing it but for like 6 months.
Yeah.
I make a pretty wicked chili.
Now, see, I want to make chili.
We'll see.
I make a pretty good one, but you can't, some of the ingredients come out of my garden. My spices, most of that's all fresh out of the garden.
Well, send me your garden.
I'm afraid I won't do that.
Ah, dang it.
My specialty is gravy and biscuit. That's my specialty.
What kind of gravy do you fix?
Sausage.
But what?
Hell yeah. Use a good Italian sausage.
Nah, I usually just use Jimmy Dean.
Oh.
So
I like to get a good
milk.
spicy one.
Sometimes I use bacon to make the gravy, but I'd rather have sausage in my gravy. Sometimes I use bacon.
Yeah. I'll usually go. Our grocery store here has a really wide selection of bratwurst, fresh bratwurst.
Oh God, I bet
And they got a bunch of them that are flavored different. You can get jalapeno brats and
I bet
so I usually get a couple of those to use for my sausage.
Well, I'm gonna have to try that. I've never tried that. I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah, it's some good stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Oh, I'm gonna go to the store tomorrow. I'm gonna try it.
I got a crock pot. I might try chili beans tomorrow.
That's
Chili beans?
Yeah, but I got Bubba burgers.
Bubba burgers.
Yeah, they're already pre-made and everything. I might chop them up and throw them in there and use them because I got 3 left. Those are what I had for supper tonight. I may chop them up and throw them in there and have chili beans tomorrow.
That sounds good, damn.
Nothing wrong with repurposing something.
That's the way Wendy's does their chili. They'll cook 4 or 5 hamburger patties and chop them up and throw them in the bottom of it. So, I've worked at enough fast food restaurants. I know most of their secrets.
All right, gentlemen, I'm going to cut out of here. It's been a long day.
Did you just get back from the beach?
No. I need to get to the beach.
Oh, you haven't left yet?
No, I ain't going to the beach.
Oh.
No.
I'm not looking at the pictures. I don't know who's talking now. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I just got back, but
Todd just got back. It's just been a long day.
Yeah, well, I can't tell the difference. All you southern people sound the same.
yeah. You ever heard me down there? I was talking, and they would always be like, "What? Could you repeat that?" And stuff like that. I got so tired of that. I was like, "Damn it, the hell!" They kept saying that over and over. I said, "Surely, you can understand me a little bit." My goodness.
Todd, I just take index cards with me, and I go through them, like, hold them up, read that.
Yeah.
Now, ain't that weird, though? They're a southern state. I mean, they're at the beach. That's true. But they don't even speak the same language as southern people.
Yeah, it's only
Oh,
7-hour drive. It looks like they speak the same language or something.
Man, me and Joel live in North Carolina. They still don't speak our language.
That's true.
Yeah, I had people looking at me like, what in the world kind of hick? Wonder where he's from.
When you go to the beach in North Carolina, they look at you like you came from another country.
Well, we drove to Ohio when I was younger. I was 21, 22, something like that. We drove up there for some stuff. And the people up there were so amazed at us, the way we talked. This one dude at a gas station was giving us free pizza just so we'd sit there and talk to him.
There you go. You talk all day forever.
Yeah, man, we was eating pizza all day.
All right, well, I'm out of here, guys. Y'all be good.
Not Joel.
Yeah, take care, Joel.
All right, y'all too.
All right.
You know, the weird thing is, when Southern people talk, I don't hear an accent.
I don't either.
I don't hear one with me. I don't even hear one with Mr. Tolley. But now when
Well,
Mikey talks,
That's
you
because
hear,
I don't have an accent. You guys have the accent.
now when Mikey talks, I can hear an accent with Mikey though.
Well, yeah, that's because he's one of them.
One of them.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. This seems like the more you get up north or out east, it changes. Keeps changing every state you go to. It changes a little bit.
Yeah.
Like Virginia, it's different too, and it's just like 20 minutes down the road here. I'm on the border.
Oh man, Virginia is a completely different country.
Yeah. And I'm like 20 minutes away from there, and they got different language than I do. We do.
Them people crazy there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I have lots of family and friends that live up there. I'm telling you, them people are weird.
They got cheap cigarettes though. They're pretty good on their cigarettes. That's about. I go over there and get cigarettes. About it. I drive back down to Carter's Valley one way. It gets me right into Virginia tip right there, and I go over there and it's about $5 cheaper on the card because they don't have a bigger tax like we do in Tennessee. Their taxes are lower. So, that's the only time I go to Virginia, or go get a tires. They got pretty good tires for cars over
I need to get some tires for my truck.
there. Yeah, I need some for my car.
I'm looking
Yeah,
at buying me a new car. So
Freaking tires for a four-wheel drive pickup are flipping expensive.
God, I know, man. I got an older F-150. It's a '99, but
Yeah. Mine's a little older.
it does good and everything. But
Yeah.
that's my get around, run around in a car, and I got a car. My car, this family car. The Ford Taurus, the newer Ford. No, it ain't new. It's 2010 Taurus. That's the family car.
Yeah. I had a Taurus for a little while. Gave it to my daughter.
Yeah. Was it white?
No, mine was black.
Was it? I say a lot of
It was Mom's, but Mom passed away. I got the car.
Then about a month ago, I got this Explorer here for $700. It was like a 1991 Explorer, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I might try to fix it up a little bit, and make a little money on it or something.
I would.
Because everything works in it. It's this one right here. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Yeah.
It needs some
I don't know
money.
if you can-
It needs a little work here and there, but I believe I can make a little money out of it.
Yeah. Well, and they're good vehicles.
Yeah, I drive it a little bit.
it's up to me. I need one. It's either that or I'm buying a Ford Probe, and it's a hunk of junk.
It's in pretty good shape.
Don't buy a freaking Probe, dummy.
Well, I gotta have something.
People give you shit till the day you die.
I owned a Probe when I was younger.
Well, did you get a lot of shit?
No,
Probe,
You should have.
a Probe GT.
mine was just a regular Probe.
You ever been in a Probe GT?
Nope, can't say that I have.
This buddy of mine has one. Well, he had one a few years back. Them suckers fly, man.
Well, You put me behind the wheel of any car. If it ain't going 90 miles an hour, I'm not driving it.
Well, we gotta keep your ass off the road, man.
I love to drive fast.
I did.
Oh, I still do.
The fastest I got going down Myrtle Beach, I say, was 90. That's the fastest I got. And I looked down, and I really didn't mean to go that fast. And I slowed down a little bit. I got to 90, though. Speed limit was 70.
Yeah, but even at 90, you was just keeping up with traffic.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, people were passing me like I was sitting still.
Yeah.
Going mile speed, but I was doing 90. I thought 90 was fast. And they was just passing me like I was sitting there. Coming off that coming through that Blue Ridge Parkway. It's beautiful over there. I mean, I didn't go over there. I just went through Asheville and coming. You could see that they got an overlook over there coming off the mountain over near Asheville over there, and it's pretty. You can stop at that overlook and you can see the Blue Ridge Parkway. You can see everything right there. It's beautiful.
That's cool.
They've got some really nice ones going down the parkway.
Do what that?
They've got some really nice overlooks coming down the parkway.
Yeah, they do. That's a beautiful area right there. Man.
They got one. I don't know if you came anywhere close to it, but Boone, the city of Boone.
I've been to Boone, but I wasn't there at this time. I've been to Boone though.
There is one there. It's a overlook. It's probably 20 or 30 minutes away from it.
Yeah.
Pull up to it. You can actually watch the clouds at night roll across the fields because they're so high up that they just roll right across it. And it's really cool to sit there and watch it.
We got another one pretty close to us too. It's called Clinch Mountain. It's called Tip Top Mountain, and it overlooks. It's up there. They say it overlooks a few states. I don't know if that's true or not. And I don't know if that's really facts or just rumors. But it's called Tip Top Mountain. It's about maybe an hour from here.
See, there's all kinds of cool things you can see if you just go out and look at it.
Oh yeah, you just gotta go. There's a lot of stuff history stuff to do around here, mountains, and like over here about 20 minutes away, the river. I think the river was filmed with Stephanie. Are you out here? What was that movie, that Goshen Valley? Who was in it? Sissy Spacek movie, The River. That was filmed in Churchill, where I live. And
oh yeah.
They flooded it over there. It's that one movie where they flooded it, and after they flooded, they built a park over there. Now there's a park over there, and it's pretty cool. Has a waterfall up there. I might go up to the waterfall and do a video one day. You have to walk about a mile and a half to get to the waterfall. But they did the movie. They flooded the whole area right there because in that movie there was a flood scene, and it was the original house is still up there on Goshen Valley where they lived in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the river. Have you ever seen the river?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
But they built a nice little park. I guess that's what they did for letting them use their area to film that movie. They built a park after they left. I'm sure they got a lot of money because it's like that. It was a lot of acres there, just wooded, like wooded mountain area. A lot of waterfalls, just hiking trails. This bunch of stuff you can just climb. You get lost up there too, very easy.
Yeah.
They record. They're doing movies around here now, but ours are a lot newer movies. Like they filmed the Hunger Games around here. It was actually up in the hills a little farther, but that movie Cabin Fever. the cabin that those kids walked into, it's actually on our where our Boy Scouts have their big camp here in North Carolina.
Huh.
So they got permission from the Boy Scouts here to film it.
Huh.
There's all kinds of weird movies they make here. But none of the cool ones. I mean, the Hunger Games was kind of cool, but you know, we ain't got no claim to no good movies, like the old ones.
Like down here, you can go to Bristol, Tennessee. You know where? You ever heard of that? There, Tully.
Yep.
They say that's where the country music started, but Nashville took over. So I don't know how. They say that's where country music started, but Nashville took over. So just depends how you ask, who you ask on that one.
Right.
That's about 30 miles from here.
Huh.
Hank Williams Sr. died in a big burger joint. Well, that's the last time anybody seen him living was a burger joint in Bristol, and they have his they got his sign up and say Hank Williams last time he ate has that sign up, and Hank Williams Sr. That was the last time that anyone seen him living.
Yeah.
And he died going
I saw
down.
a movie on him. I can't remember what it was called, though.
They did a couple of them on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he died going down the road somewhere in this area. I mean, going down the interstate near here somewhere. From here to, I forgot where he was going at. He did a show down here, and I forgot where he was going. He had a driver drove him there, and I guess they figured out he wasn't alive, and they flipped out and took him to the hospital somewhere.
Huh.
So he must have died from that burger joint to somewhere where I don't know where he was going next or whatever.
Right.
Well, guys, it looks like we have lost the viewers.
What? Where'd they all go?
I don't know. I think we got 5.
Oh.
And I'm one of those 5, so... wait, we got 6.
Oh, one just jumped in. Hey, resend some things. Tell them get in here.
Oh, heck, this wasn't planned. So
I know.
I know that.
I just got bored and wanted to talk. Mikey usually does his chat, but since his wife was having the birthday, I stowed his spot for tonight.
Ah.
Yeah.
He can have his spot back next week. I'm not trying to keep it. I just figured I'm bored. It's Friday and there's no Mikey.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, you get bored. And I hadn't spent a whole lot of time on here the past couple of days. I've been recuperating.
Yeah. Recuperating from what?
I had a drinking competition with 5 20-year-olds.
Dumbass.
Hey, I beat them.
That'll get it every time.
Well, still makes you a dumbass.
They were sitting around hollering, well, I can outdrink you, and I can outdrink you. And my redneck pride overran me, and I was like, well, you can't outdrink me. And they're like, really? And I was like, yeah. I said, hell, I can drink more than all of you put together.
Yeah.
And I did, too.
Not so smart, was it?
I paid for it the next day. That is
Yeah. Yeah, you think?
I laid around sick as a dog all day.
And therein is where comes the dumbass.
And then yesterday I had to fix everything that I broke.
Oh, come on now.
I hit my shelves and I broke my shelves that holds my dishes. So,
Tommy. What are we going to do with you?
I haven't been on the computer in 5 days. This is the first day I've been on it. I had to get back. I had 3 packages waiting on me.
Uh-oh.
I got something from Jerry. Jerry sent me a cool package. And I got something from eBay.
I seen it from Jerry. That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. And I told him I was going to send something his way there. That was cool. And I did a trade with somebody. So where I went to the beach, I got a few things. But
Yeah, I took some video at the demo tonight just for giggles.
Well, shoot, put it on there. Have a channel video.
I'm gonna. I just got to get around to it.
I want to see that.
I didn't do a lot because it was 3 hours that we were sitting there, and I didn't. My camera or my phone was low on battery. I missed the best stuff, man. In the minis, the minivans and the little S10 pickups and S10 Blazers and shit.
Yeah.
That was good. There was some hard hits in that.
Let's see, they won't have the crash ups like that here.
Really?
We got a dirt track, but they will not do the demolition derby stuff here.
Oh man.
they won't?
No. They'll do some really weird ones. They do like a train race.
Yeah, those are scary, man.
Yeah, I don't think I would want someone else controlling my brakes when I'm racing.
You tell me about it. Don't want someone else controlling my gas either.
Or my steering wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want full control.
Yeah. You don't want to be the guy in the middle car, right?
I don't want to be a guy in any of the cars if I'm not the one controlling everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what I'm going to do, but I don't know what the heck they're going to. That's like I had to ride with these kids to go get ice the other day.
Oh, really?
And I seriously did. I looked at Austin, and I told him, I said, I'm gonna tell you right now. I said, if you start driving fast and acting stupid, I said, don't worry, I've got no worries. I'll slap the hell out of you.
Right.
He said, but I'm driving. I said, I don't give a damn. I mean, I know what I'm going to do, and I know, how to handle certain situations, but them youngins, they crazy. I don't know how to. I'm just not going to put my life in somebody else's hands.
Oh, hell no.
Tolly, what you got on the agenda this weekend, buddy?
Working.
All right. How about you, Redneck?
I'm going to do the Redneck Zone tomorrow, and I'm going to try to do some metal detecting if it doesn't rain me out.
Yeah. You been getting a lot of rain down there?
Up until this week, we have got a ton of rain. It seems like the storm runs through every night when I say that I'm going to go metal detecting the next day, and I don't get to go. Because when I go, if it rains, it's nothing but mud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was about 2 hours one day down there when it piss poured, but besides that, it was pretty nice. I mean, it did piss pour pretty bad for 2 hours down there. But besides that,
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It was hotter than a bitch out today.
Yeah, it was pretty warm.
Well, it depends. Yeah, I guess it depends. Everybody's got their own perception of hot.
Yeah. Well, ours is about 94 with about 100% humidity.
Yeah, it felt like that. It was about 94 degrees, but it wasn't quite 100% humidity.
I don't know.
Humidity was up there, though.
We got that good sticky weather down here, that good sticky.
Oh, believe me, we get plenty of that.
Good old sticky. I was telling my wife, I said, it's cooler here at Tennessee than it is at the, or it's hotter here in Tennessee than it is at the beach.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazier than hell.
That is kind of crazy.
Which, I mean, technically it's hotter down there, but where it has a breeze,
Yeah.
it really feels cooler.
Huh.
It feels like since that breeze come off that ocean, it cools it down a little bit. Cause where I'm at in Tennessee, it's just miserable.
Right.
The humidity is just so bad.
Huh.
It's just ridiculous
Yeah,
how.
the humidity gets pretty bad here in Minnesota too. I mean, people always think that, we're just cold up here. They don't realize that it gets hot up here too.
I've been to Minnesota once. I used to travel around doing construction when I was 18, and we went through.
Yeah.
We stayed there for I think it was like 4 days. And
Oh yeah.
that's been years ago though. That's been a long time ago.
Yeah, 4 days was enough, huh?
It was pretty down there. I mean, it was pretty.
Oh, I love living here.
Yeah, it was
I don't
pretty.
like the Twin Cities, but I do like Minnesota.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing wrong with Minnesota. It was pretty. Our job was done. We had to go. We just traveling around. Mostly, I
Yeah.
mean, we wouldn't go out west, but we would. Farthest I went was well, no, I went to your place, but I remember going to Evansville, Indiana, and let's see, Evansville, Indiana. I went to Roanoke, Virginia, Ohio State University. We had a job
Huh.
there. We had a job there.
What kind of construction were you doing?
I was just building mausoleums.
Oh.
Yeah, that was wild. That's the first. I was young too. I was only 18 years old, so pretty much I was doing the grunt work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They put us up in a hotel. I mean, at 18 years old, when they put you up in a hotel and you're making $400 a week. I mean,
Yeah, that ain't so bad.
that's not bad back in see back almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was good money back then.
Yeah.
You
I did.
pissed it all away too, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I worked there a year and I just got tired of traveling.
Yeah.
I just got tired of traveling. It got old.
Traveling does tend to do that.
Then I made it back here and I got where the company I'm at now.
What are you doing now?
I work for a contractor inside the Eastman Chemical Company.
Oh. Oh yeah, you said that before.
Yeah, the Eastman had where the Eastman they pay people so high dollar in there. If it wasn't for the Eastman where I'm at, this town, none of these towns would be so empty because over the years they have been there. They have been there for a long, at least 80, probably 100 years by now. But my dad worked there, but yeah, they don't want to pay the Eastman workers to do it because they can get other people to come in and contract it out and get it done cheaper.
Right.
So I just work for a contractor there that they hire to get in and get work done.
That ain't too bad.
No, it's inside a chemical plant. It's huge. I mean, it is. It's huge.
Oh, I can imagine.
It's like a city in a city.
I believe it.
I don't work for I wish I did work for the Eastman, because they get paid. They get paid big bucks.
Oh yeah.
You're looking at like $100,000 a year.
Holy shit.
and stuff like that. I wish I would work for the Eastman.
That'd
That's
be good
why,
money.
yeah, and that's why they pay the contractors to get done cheaper. Like building stuff, if they need a new building, this, they do it by contract. That way they don't have to pay the big bucks to get it done.
Right. Well, they don't have to pay all the extras.
Yeah. But they've been good to me though. Over the years, they have been good to me. There's been a few layoffs, but I drew unemployment. They've been pretty good to me.
That's good. I've only been ever laid off twice.
Well, I've been laid off 3 times since I was. Let's see. I started there when I've been laid off in 15 years, 3 times. But they always hollered me back in a couple months.
Yeah.
They always have. So, knock on wood, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. We got one company here in town that uses layoffs to get rid of people they don't want.
Yeah, yeah. But sometimes it just gets where they don't have much to do, and it gets tough, and they don't want to lay nobody off, but sometimes they got to.
Yeah.
I don't know how tough it gets, but you know how it goes.
Oh, yeah.
I worked for a blanket company here, and they got so bad that one time that they would lay people off. But the way they did it to keep everybody being able to make money and everything, they would lay, like 1 week I would be on layoff, and I'd draw unemployment that way because they had it set up to where they paid it. You didn't go through the state or the county. They paid you unemployment for being laid off.
Yeah.
The next week you worked your full shift, and then the next week you was off again, and then you'd work your full shift. So I had to supplement my income. I went to work for a movie store.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's a job, ain't it?
You'd be amazed at people at the people that will walk into a movie store and go, "Don't you work at so and so?" And yeah, but I got to work here on the other weekends.
Hell,
Yeah.
out there right now, I could get 80 hours a week if I wanted to. They try to work you to death, man.
Wow.
I mean, if I need to, I'll work overtime, but I don't like to spend my whole damn have a week there, I mean, they can work right now. You can sign on a piece of paper and work right now 60, but it was up to 80 at one point. I might work 50.
Yeah.
Try to do 50 a week maybe. But that'll stop in the wintertime. It won't be like that. But if you really wanted to make some money, you could work a lot of overtime. But then Uncle Sam just gets it all. Well, they get a lot of it. Once you get up in that higher bracket, Uncle Sam gets in your pocket pretty deep. 'Cause a couple years back, I worked a lot of overtime, a lot, and I ended up having to pay taxes.
I've been in that boat before.
I mean, I worked a lot. I mean, that's when my young one was young, and I just worked and worked. Right now, I mean, they got me on .5. I earn vacation. Right now, I can 4 vacation or 4 weeks a year vacation, or I've earned enough points to get up to 4 weeks a year where I can
Yeah.
take vacation. I just get points every year until I go up to the next point system where it raises it again. But they've been pretty good to me. I
That's a
really,
good thing. It's hard to find jobs where they treat people decent
yeah,
anymore.
yeah. I don't know what I'd do because I've only had 2 jobs in my life.
Really?
Yeah, that mausoleum, then the one I'm at now.
Yeah.
If I had to go out and find a job or do something like that, I would be wigged out. I don't know what I'd do.
Yeah, I'd be screwed.
I don't know what I'd do. It ain't like, what would I do? Hell, I don't know. I've never really looked around for a job or nothing. When I got that job, they were just hiring straight out of high school. You could go in there and get a job. Now it ain't like that. Now it's all rules and regulations and all sorts of
Oh
it.
yeah.
You can't get in there no more. You about have to have a high school. Well, you about have to have at least 2 years of college to even get in there and do something little. It ain't like that for the contractors, but
Yeah.
For the Eastern people, to even do their job, you have to have at least 2 years of college to even get in there and push a broom.
Really.
They even push a broom. All I do, there's a big old bell.
Yeah. That's kind of a sucky deal.
Yeah, yeah. All I do, the cigarette filters right here, the big old bell of them come off the assembly line, and I take them and I just put them in this like carriage thing. Then I move that over there, and it goes on to
Yeah.
the next thing. If the machine breaks down, I have to fix it. And it, pretty much by now, I got it where if it breaks down, I know what it is. Where I've been there, I've done it so much. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
when it breaks down, they're on you. They want that machine going. It has to be up. They put the pressure on you. You know what I mean? So I've got where it's broke down, and I about know if it's acting one way, I about know how to get it back up and get running right again.
Yeah.
But sometimes I actually have to work pretty hard, and other times I don't. I really don't do much.
I like those. Those are my favorite times.
But if the machine goes down, I have to work my ass off till that machine comes back up. Because they're losing thousands of dollars when that machine goes down.
Right. Well, the one job I had was about the same way. You know, one of those packaging machines went down, being that it was all advertising videos we were doing. They had to, they lost a shitload of money when the machines were down.
Yeah.
So, you know, they'd call me in on the day off. Sometimes I'd come in at, you know, they only ran 2 shifts, but I'd have to come in at 8 in the morning. I wouldn't get to go home until midnight.
Yeah. That's what it sounded to me, too. I mean, the youngsters are coming in and they're coming in, but they're coming straight out of college, and all these companies are giving them these big positions while some people's been there 20, 25 years, and the people's coming in is already making what somebody's been there 25 years is making. And
Yeah.
I just don't think that's right either. Like, if you're 24 years old and you're coming in and you're making more than what somebody's been there 25 years,
Yeah.
something's wrong with that picture. I haven't been there 25 years. I've only been there 14. But there's some people that's been out there 40 years.
Damn.
Then you come in there or work for the Eastman. Then they come in there and these youngsters come in there and think they'll make what the people that's been there 40 years is making. They do. They make more.
I know.
Like they
Well,
hired.
and yeah.
they hire them young bosses that don't know nothing about what's going on. They had no idea what's going on. He tried, like, that machine broke down one night, and that young boss come over there like he knew what the hell was going on. He has no idea what's going on. And he's making more money than the
Right.
person that's been there 30 years. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
But
It is ridiculous. I don't know why it's always like that.
I guess that's what you get when you go to college, I guess. Hell, I don't know.
Yeah,
know.
it's just wrong.
Yeah, I didn't go to college, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I got in before all that. You needed your college and all that. I got in at the right time because they was just hiring a bunch of people.
Yeah.
I was just at the right place at the right time.
Hey, that's all it takes, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's what, when I got into that packaging job, you know, the boss just happened to be the one that read my application and resume when they hired me at $6.10 an hour.
Yeah.
And he noticed that I had mechanical aptitude because I was a mechanic before that. And you know, when it came to the point where they needed someone, he asked me if I wanted it and said it paid $9 an hour. So I was all about getting a little increase in pay at that time, you know, because to go from $6.10 to $9 an hour is a pretty big jump in pay.
Oh, Lord, yeah. See, my dad, he worked at Ford Eastman, and my papa, both of them retired, and they couldn't even get me the job for the Eastman. And that's after my papa working for 40 years and retiring, and my dad working for 35. And he couldn't even get me the job for the Eastman. And I had to go through the contractor route.
Huh.
That's how hard it was to get in there. Now, Dad said when he was straight out of high school, he'd go there and put an application in and be working 2 days later,
Right.
straight out of high school. Now they're making a big jack.
Yeah, I still don't get nothing. I'm still on the short end. That's more by choice than anything. I could be a supervisor or some shit if I wanted to.
Well, I told him out there, I'm happy where I'm at. I really don't want to. I just want to stay at that machine. Just
Yeah.
whenever pay raises come up, they got a hold on them right now though. They on everything right now. They say we make too much.
Really?
Yeah, they got a hold on it right now, but I don't know when they undo that. But we don't make nowhere near what we did make. I'm just middle really, and there ain't a middle class left. But if there was, I'm middle class. That's it.
You know, I kind of like being there too, though.
Yeah.
Because really, you know, I don't really have nothing else to do with it.
Yeah. You think there's a middle class left?
Well, there's always a middle.
No, I think all you really got is upper and lower. You know, what do you call middle anymore?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, yeah.
There's people on welfare making more money than I make.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know. I'm so broke, I'm poor. And I'm so poor, I don't even classify as poor.
Dude, I got heavy bills, dude. Heavy. I mean, heavy. I'm into it. I'm into it with the bank, thousands and thousands. I ain't gonna get into it, but I got about 15 more years left.
That's a long ass time.
Yeah. 15, maybe 16. I think it might be 16.
I don't own a house anymore, so I don't have that debt.
Plus, I got a car I'm paying on. That I'm in heavy. I mean, pretty heavy. I shouldn't go like that, but
I've come to the point in my life that if I can't own it straight out, I ain't gonna own it. I
Yep,
don't want.
I'm there too.
I don't want a brand new car. I don't want a brand new house. So if I can't afford it with the money I've got, I ain't going to afford it.
see, a couple of years back, I was in a bad spot. My car broke down, and I didn't have no transportation nowhere. And I was wanting to get a nice one, but I didn't have. A pretty nice one. That Taurus out there. But I was going to get a pretty nice one, but I didn't have enough money to really uh, go out and. I had enough money to go out and get a car, a pretty decent car, but I was trying to get a little nice one. And I made a mistake. I should have done it, and I ended up had to pay on that.
But it ain't the end of the world, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, pretty much you're in debt, and that's all there. That's just the way we live these days.
Yeah.
My wife's car is paid off in September, but I don't know if my truck is going to make it much past that, so I'm going to have to get something to drive.
Yeah, it's always something. But yeah, I'll have that car paid for here in a little while. Get that off of me.
That'll feel good.
Yeah, it's like $300 some a month.
Yeah, my wife's is at $400 a month.
And
But that Mustang I was looking at, even at its age, you buy an older car, they want it paid off fast.
yeah.
So I was looking at, $300 a month on that one.
Plus the inflation at the grocery store. Have y'all looked at the prices in the grocery store lately?
Makes you nuts, don't it?
God almighty, the prices. Everything's is so high dollar.
Everything is just freaking crazy money.
I was just looking at some of the stuff I usually don't get, and just looking around more and just looking more at prices, and I couldn't believe how high some of that stuff was.
Yep.
Food City. Yeah, it's definitely a hit, I think. The inflation part of it.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of nuts.
Yeah. They're sucking it dry. I mean, the gas ain't too bad right now, but I believe it's going up. Gas is going up past $3. It will. By next month, I believe it'll be above $3.
Think so?
Yeah.
At one point, we were up over 4.
It's probably going to go high because eventually they're going to start pumping back into oil. You got to have oil. That's the big investment tool there. Eventually, it's going to go back up. The government says the economy's good. Oh, nothing's wrong. But deep down in the soul of the economy, it's not no good. Because they keep pumping millions of dollars of nothing back.
Yeah.
And there's nothing backing that money. Eventually, all they're doing is propping the stock market up. That's what's making the stock market go the way it is, because they're pumping money into it.
Right. Money that we don't have the gold to back.
Yeah, and they've got nothing to back. And they keep printing that money and pumping that stock market. Eventually, they ain't going to be able to do it. That stock market, it's been on a vertical incline for the last few years. Eventually, it's going to go straight down. And a lot of people's going to lose millions of dollars. There's going to be millions of dollars. There's going to be blood in the streets. It's gonna be
Yep.
bad. I think it will come down. It can't keep going straight up like that. It can't do it. There's no way possible. I got out of that stock market a couple years back. I just got completely out of it.
I don't blame you.
I mean, I could have made more money. If I would have stayed in, I would have made some money, but I just choose to put my money elsewhere. I mean, if I would have stayed in now, I would have made some money. I mean, I would have. But
Is it worth it?
I just don't trust that stock market. There's no way we can keep it. I just didn't trust it. And everybody says you lost out on the biggest biggest vertical jump in U.S. history. I just put my money in something else, man. I just don't trust that stock market.
Yeah, I don't trust it either.
It's all manipulated, man, by the bankers. It's nothing. It's just it's part of the government, pretty much. It's the government part of it. And after I get all this paid for, I'll never get another loan. I still a long time away, but that's just something I have to get it finished. Redneck left us.
He left us.
Yeah, we're still alive. How many viewers we got out there?
No, I'm still
I don't know. He ain't dead yet.
Yeah, I ain't dead yet.
Well, yeah, we got 8 viewers going on. Tell them to come on in.
I think Tommy's been sending out some invites.
I've been sending them out. Just nobody's getting them. Apparently, Google's went completely nuts.
Well, yeah, that's a surprise.
Well, it's weird because half the people will get them and then the other half won't.
Well, I couldn't find mine earlier, and I finally found it.
I don't know why it is, but I can get yours through my bell, Tommy. I can't get anybody else's through my bell.
I can't get mine to Tommy's through my bell. It never.
His are the only ones I can.
I have to go to Gmail or go to my whatever that is. Yeah. Or my email address, whatever, and get in on. I got a tablet where I can just go to Hangouts in there and it goes to it.
Yeah. I don't have a tablet. I was too poor.
You can tell if I'm on the tablet because I'm walking around and stuff. I'm usually, ain't I telling me, I usually walk around on the tablet.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Deb.
Hey, how's it
Hey,
going?
Hello.
Hi, Tommy. How are you?
I'm getting over being drunk.
I'm starting to go in that direction.
I had to show up some 19, 20-year-olds, so,
Yeah.
He had to show him who's the boss.
How's everybody tonight?
He's the sheriff.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we're good. Shut up, Jesse. Shut up.
Damn dogs.
Yeah.
I hear them barking. Something's got their attention.
Well, I'm getting something out of the car, and they're my neighbors, and they're barking at me. Well, actually, they just run free. They're the neighborhood's dog. So pretty much they come down here if they want to. I leave them water out there.
Mhm.
I don't feed them, but I will leave them water. I got my own dogs I got to take care of. Like
Yep.
I got a neighbor's dog right here. He's a big old dude. If I can show him, this is a neighbor's. I don't know if I'll be able to show him or not. Let's see if we can get him to look here. He's big.
Aww.
Where's he at? Here, look up, bud. Look up.
Oh, what a cutie. Oh, he's so pretty. Is that a Samoyed?
I don't know. He's my mom's dog. She lives up there a little ways. He come down here a lot.
He kind of looks like a Samoyed.
He's a big one, I know that. I say he's about close to 100.
Yeah, yeah.
The picture really ain't doing it justice because you can't see his body and stuff.
He's beautiful. Wow.
He's just a baby. That's the neighborhood dog. I got a bunch of them around here. They don't have no leash law. They got a leash law about 10 miles away. They don't have it over here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
we got that stupid ass leash law stuff.
Yeah.
Now, why is it you have to leash your dog, but you don't have to leash a cat?
Yeah, go
Or
fuck your
kids.
figure on that one.
Oh, God, kids are even worse than dogs and cats.
Yeah, why can't you leash your kids, too, if they're under a certain age?
No.
I mean, if they fight sometimes too, they're real territorial, all these dogs. My closest neighbor is just like, let's see, I say 2 football fields. And she has a couple dogs, and my other neighbor the other way, she has a couple dogs.
Mhm.
They're always fighting. I keep a firecracker out here in the one of them water hose roller up things. You can open it, has a door on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I keep fireworks in that for when they get in fights. They get in the nastiest fights, big dogs, and I have to take fireworks out there to get them apart.
Yeah.
I mean, they fight it out.
Now, Deb,
Sometimes that's what they got to do.
Yeah. But when I shoot them fireworks off, they shoot. They're out of there. All right, what the hell's going on? They take off.
and Deb, I always feel sorry for those poor little kids that got them great big monkey leashes on their backs and stuff. Them youngins look miserable being drugged around.
You never wished you had a leash for your kids, Tommy?
Hell no. Let them youngins run around and play. Let them get out of my hair.
Just when you're out in public.
No, hell, let them go get out of my hair. Let them aggravate everybody else. Hell, I had to put up with Mile Town. Store can deal with them for a few minutes.
You know what I had to get while I was down there, Tommy? I had to get me a South Carolina peach. This was my last one.
You know, last time I went down there, I had to get me, and I've still got it somewhere. I just don't know where it's at. I had to buy me a little. They got these little bottles that says Myrtle Beach on it,
Uh-huh.
and it's got the sand and the shells and everything in it. I don't know. They probably got it out of a play pit somewhere where the kids pooped in it all day long. I don't know.
I like your new logo, Tommy. I love that. The Confederate flag.
Yeah, it's cool.
I found that one, and there's a running joke with it when I'm on the redneck zone of everybody calls me mayor, redneck, and all that sort of stuff. Say I'm the one in charge. So
He's the mayor of this town.
I had to play with it because it said, it says in redneck we trust. So
Yeah.
it's kind of funny on everybody telling me I'm mayor. No, I'm not.
Well, I like it. It suits you.
It's not my chat. It's everybody else's chat. I just happen to be the one that gets to host it.
You're the mayor of the chat.
Yeah.
Every mayor has to have his constituents,
Yeah, yeah. Whether it's
So
your chat or somebody else's chat, it's a group of us, and it's our chat, and we all contribute.
You do a good job, buddy.
And the host gets to be called the mayor. That's all.
Uh-huh.
Well, I had to come up with my flag, so we have to have a flag for the redneck bill. So in redneck we trust.
Yes, I love it. It looks beautiful. And because of all that bullshit in North Carolina now.
No, don't blame it on us. It wasn't us.
No, I'm not. I'm not blaming it on you. But I'm just saying, because of all that crap that's going down, now
North Carolina.
they might change the state flag of Florida, which is where I live, because Florida has the cross too.
I don't think it's the states. I just think the government's putting pressure on them.
Yeah, I think you're right. I really do.
Oh, they can pressure them all they want, but some of the states are
I
already.
think all the states need to be the sovereign country.
Yeah, because how many years have all these places have that flag? And now all of a sudden, because one idiotic person decided to pull the trigger, they're going to blame that on him and say, oh, shame on you, and now we're going to change. There's 5 states involved, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
What was that?
Well, there's a few of the states actually signing bills and petitions to save their flags.
Yeah.
To keep their monuments and stuff. But
Uh-huh.
here in North Carolina, there's been a lot of people defacing the Confederate monuments here with the words "Black Lives Matter." Well, what the hell did them people ever do to you? Them people have been dead hundreds of years.
Wussy County took them down.
Well, and nobody's saying that any life doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
It's a flag, damn it.
Yeah, exactly.
it's my
And it
flag.
ain't got nothing to do with the color of a person's skin.
That's right. That flag's been around for thousands of years, and now because of one person's actions, you want to question it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. It really is.
But when people, the conception over that flag is when people see that flag, they think of hate, they think of KKK and stuff like that. They don't know the real history behind the flag.
Correct.
Right.
You're very correct on that.
It has a bad stigma for what they think it represents.
The thing that most people aren't looking at is, the stigma comes from the Klan in a lot of the cases. Because the battle flag never flew over a slave. It was a rallying point when they were fighting. That's it.
Right. It had nothing to do with the Klan and shit.
No, it has nothing to do with prejudice or anything like that. It's a Confederate flag. It has to do with the Revolutionary War and what went on during that time period. And now they want to question everything and everyone who flies that flag. That's crazy.
They associate it with hate. Is what they do, and they
Yeah, but it doesn't represent hate.
Well, the thing of it is, the Confederate flag didn't actually become part of the Klan's group until the new Klan emerged.
Uh-huh.
If you look at the flags they flew a Christian flag, the old Klan from the 30s and 40s. They flew Christian flags and American flags. They did not fly a Confederate flag.
Right.
That
Right.
didn't come along until later.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's not even a true symbol of hate the way they're saying it is.
No.
You want to blame a flag, it should be a Christian flag or an American flag. But the flag itself didn't.
That flag represents a lot more than. Hatred is not the first thing that comes to mind with me. That flag was flown for a reason, you know, and hatred is not that reason. But they want to throw that in there.
They use it as a cop-out. Is what
Yeah,
they use it for.
exactly.
Well, they use it as a cop-out for not being frickin' educated.
Uh-huh.
That's all it is.
They're using it so they don't have to answer to nothing.
And, there's a lot of them sitting there going, well, what about the Nazi flag? It should be banned. No, it shouldn't. The Nazi flag, honestly, the swastika and the Nazi flag was not a symbol of hate either.
No.
It was a sign of pride for Germany because, they were trying to make their country better. Yeah, that Hitler went nuts and started killing every damn body, but
that's not why the flag was flown.
Yeah, the German people were just trying to make better for their people. They weren't trying. 90% of them didn't want to kill everybody. They didn't want to start a war and starve their families and have their children go off and die. So no, the swastika should not be banned. It wasn't a symbol of hate until Hitler turned it that way. So he was the symbol of hate, not the flag, not the swastika.
Yeah, it's the person behind it that started the hatred.
But they want to make it sound like it's the symbol. That way they can say that they're stomping out hatred by getting rid of it. Make them sound bigger.
Yeah, I was so upset when North Carolina decided to take the flag down. And
it wasn't us. It was South Carolina.
Or South Carolina. Was it South?
Yep.
Okay.
In North Carolina.
Who's that governor, Nikki, whatever her name is? Is she in South Carolina?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I stand corrected. They just, I don't know. They just bury a lot of history with them by tearing that flag down.
Well, what they don't realize is they took it down from over top of one state house. They put it back in the hearts and minds of millions. Look at all the people now that are behind Confederate flag. They did more harm by taking that one flag down than they would have done just by keeping their mouths shut.
Yeah, exactly.
They awoken the sleeping giant.
Yeah, they did.
Everywhere you go on Facebook, there's in the towns in the South, and hell, there's some in the North that are doing it. Hundreds of rednecks are getting together and flying their Confederate flags down the interstates.
You don't even have to be from the South, and you can understand the history behind that beautiful flag. And because I was born and raised in California, and I moved to the South by choice, but
everybody moves to the South by choice.
Like I was telling
I love it down here, and I love the Southern people, and I respect them, and I understand where they're all coming from, and to tear out a part of history, to destroy that point of history in their heritage is like socking them in the face and saying, you know what, you don't deserve this. And it's wrong. It is so wrong, because if you look beyond all the hatred, that is not what that flag stands for.
Like I was telling Tommy in the pre-chat, I was down in there and there was black people wearing
The Confederate flag?
Confederate flag stuff.
Yes, yes, sir. You're so
South
right.
Carolina. I've seen it with my own eyes. So, I mean, that should show you something right there.
You know, I started flying that flag when I was 17. Bought my first car. I'd fly it out the back of it. But at that time I was old enough to know what the history truly was behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And I understood the implications that a lot of people thought of it.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
not everybody thinks that of it. I mean, you look at a Muslim flag, you know, hell, most people sees it as a flag of hate.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
it's still their symbol. It's their symbol of pride.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Well, we
you
just
have
don't get to be proud anymore, that's all.
Yeah.
No, they don't want us to be.
You have to look beyond the what's that term? The things that they have put up as a symbol of their love for whatever country. You have to look beyond that. And certain people see a flag as hatred. No, go deeper than that and really dig deep and look beyond that, because that does not represent what most of the people in the South are about. You know, get to know the people in the South. Get to know them and speak to them and really find out what they're about. You might be surprised that you really love the people in the South, that you may really understand what they're talking about, because there's a hell of a lot of good people in the South. The flag does
Oh,
not...
yeah, well, they are everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. But since we're talking about the Southern flag here, that's why I... But get to know people. Don't get to know the symbols and what you were raised up to believe in.
Well, I've always had an open mind, so I always think. I mean,
Yeah.
I joined the Klan. I was hatred for a while. You know, I know what the hell it is.
I have friends that are in the Klan, and I understand you, Tommy, and I understand where they're coming from, yet I understand where I'm thinking about and where my feelings are, just like you do.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I was always open-minded, but they always drag you in with something else. They never never pull you in with racism. I mean, that's what it is, but that's not how they pull you.
Right.
But when you leave them, I mean, you're so open about everything after that you see everything else.
Mhm.
I mean, they teach you not everything that was taught to you in school was correct. I mean, there's a lot of lies coming out of the public schools. But now it's so watered down, they don't even tell those lies because they don't have to. It's a watered down history where they don't even tell you half the stuff that went on.
When something happens, they turn to like Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton, and they turn it into the flag, and that's how they get it going.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what, and they are blaming on the flag, and that they get everybody in an uproar behind it, and that's what they do.
They just got to start some shit, that's all.
Yeah,
exactly.
Al Sharpton and them, they stir shit is what they do.
I
Bunch
mean,
of shit starters.
Yeah.
That flag has been around for over 500 years, and nobody had a problem with it until now. And then people are reading into it as if it's a sign of hatred. It's not a sign of hatred.
Well, this isn't the first time this has been, though.
Yeah.
They've tried this in the past.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but if you look at the people that's doing it, a lot of the people that's doing it aren't from the South. They're
I
the
know.
sharpening groups, the NAACPs. They're the race haters. It's not the black people in the South. Hell, 90% of them like the Confederate flag. They don't want it gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's they brought in their little small group of race haters and started their boycotting and their bitching and their griping until the mayor said, "Well, I guess we better take this flag down before the black people kill us." Most of the black people ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like with white people. You got the Klan who are crazy as hell and cause all kind of trouble, and then you got the Black Panthers and the NAACP that raise all kind of hell and cause trouble. It's the same thing, just a different color.
But a lot of the
Different
people,
digits, man.
regardless color, have grown up with that flag in their beliefs.
Yep.
And you're not going to change the way they feel just by tearing that flag down. You know, that flag represents a lot of people from a lot of different cultures and nationalities, and it doesn't represent hatred in a lot of people's eyes because that's not what it was there for. You know, and it just frustrates me that
Well, the parents of the children, they were taught early that the Confederate flag is bad. That's where it starts at.
Now that teaching comes from schools and from ignorant people. If people are actually smart enough to learn about it, then they teach their kids right.
Like we was talking about early, they associate that flag with hate hate groups and
That's what I'm saying. They don't do the research and they don't learn.
Yeah, exactly. They listen to mainstream media and think that whatever the media is telling them is correct, and it isn't.
the media has no help at all. Right.
Yeah, and they just drum up a lot of hatred right there.
They just want to show you what makes them look good on the other side.
Oh, did you hear what was it, Oklahoma or somewhere? President Obama went and was doing a tour. He was greeted by a few dozen people holding Confederate flags.
Woo! Yeah, go group, go group.
But of course, mainstream media will not tell you that.
Of course not.
You have to see the little YouTube videos and stuff like that to see them actually do it.
Yeah. And where I live in South Florida, I see more and more of this, since all this was brought up, I see more and more flags on the back of trucks where they're going down the road now. And they're flying that flag proudly.
Yeah, I see some of 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree.
They took one flag down.
Yeah.
But they brought it right back to the hearts of the rednecks, and they put it back in the millions of rednecks' hands. You see them everywhere now.
Yeah.
Shoot, my kids have bought 3 or 4. They had a First Amendment rally. That's what they call it, a First Amendment rally here. And I live in a small town. There's 7,000 people. There was hundreds of people there supporting the flag.
Mm-hmm.
So, they hurt themselves worse than they helped themselves.
Yeah.
They'll never figure that out, though.
Oh, no, they think they won by having it taken off of the state house. Ooh, big whoop.
Yeah. One building.
Yeah, you will always be able to get them because they will always be able to get them.
You took it off of one building. They put it on thousands of trucks. What the hell? And now you've got the idiots going up and stealing them from people's property or off their trucks and stuff. What those people don't understand is it's not illegal to have that flag.
Right. It isn't.
It's destruction of their property. It's stealing. It's a theft charge. You know, they're going to go to jail for that if they get caught.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That flag is a symbolism from the past that means a lot to a lot of people. And it's not flown because of hatred. And, people just don't get it. And
A lot of men died over that flag.
yeah. It's really sad that they have to tear up history and take that flag down because of one person's actions. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. It upsets me.
I'm not even from the South.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
not
it's bullshit.
either. No. I was born and raised in Los Angeles. I'm not even from the South originally, but I live in the South now. And it just upsets me that one person's actions could get so many thousands of people turned around to where they don't respect history and what that flag stood for.
Yep.
There's been a lot of stuff. There's been a lot of stuff going on. My dad's brother lives, you know, that shooting down in Tennessee there at Chattanooga. My dad's brother, he was about 10 minutes. He worked 10 minutes from all that stuff.
I used to live in Chattanooga. It was that recruiting office was not far from where I lived, and I knew exactly where that office was.
Yeah.
And it's really sad, really, really sad.
A lot of crazy stuff going on right now.
Those four guys that died, they were so young.
We got Greece over there. They ain't letting them have their money and stuff. Greece is all sort of, they're wanting the U.S. to help bail them out, and they're in bad shape.
We gotta bail our own asses out.
Yeah, how the hell are we gonna bail them out?
Let us bail. Somebody help us out.
Well, Obama's already promised Iran a stimulus package to help them out, since we're going to go ahead and give them the damn nuclear bomb.
Why in the hell we have to help? Why in the hell? That's what I don't get. Why in the hell?
Our sworn enemy, we're going to give them money and a nuclear bomb.
We're always giving all these people all this money. Why don't we put the money in the damn where it belongs, in our gut or damn system? All the hell like it is. Giving all this money to all these people.
Yeah.
I want to give up some money. Give me some. Give me some
That's what
of
I've
that
been
money.
saying. You want to cut the federal deficit, the deficit that they say we've got? Stop giving foreign aid. I guarantee you that deficit will start shrinking.
Yeah, it will.
Why the hell we got to pay? Why the hell we got to borrow money from China to give to Africa, or to give to name another third world country, as they call it, that can't pay the money back and won't?
Well, because nobody else is going to do it.
Well, where in the hell's it?
There isn't another country that's dumb enough to do that shit.
We got war veterans that are homeless, and they don't even take care of their damn war veterans. We got over here, and they're sending money out of the country, and they won't even take care of our damn veterans.
And see, that's where I have
That's
the
what
problem.
I'm saying. There's other places that money could do some good.
They have the Wounded Warriors Fund.
But that's all donations.
But there's not even a use for that fund. There should not be that fund. Anybody that joins the military and goes and fights to protect our country, whatever way, shape, or form it is done, should not have to have some other organization helping them. Our government should do it.
Damn straight.
They should pay for every damn thing that person needs if they were wounded. You know,
They should, but why don't they?
because they want to send the money to, you know, Timbuktu somewhere.
They want to send the money where they drop the bomb and stuff and rebuild it. Is what they want to do.
Screw that. Well, I think part of it is with sending the money to Iraq and shit is because we shouldn't have been there in the first damn place.
Right. Right.
To Iraq. It's Iran.
Iran, Iraq. It's all the same, ain't it?
No, I don't think so. We ain't even been in Iran yet.
Fuck them all.
And Iran's done said,
Fuck
you
'em
know,
all.
if they send inspectors to inspect their nuclear power plants, they're going to kill the inspectors.
Yeah, close enough. They're close enough. They're all pretty much screwed up in the head anyway.
And now they say the guy who walked into the recruiting offices and killed them Marines, he wasn't Muslim. He didn't represent the Muslim people.
What does that matter?
Well, it matters to the Confederate flag version because they say that Eric Roof represented Southern people.
Yeah.
But the man that committed this crime is a known terrorist. They have been watching him. They've been following his blogs.
And wouldn't stop him before he killed 4 people.
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking, when I saw that, I was thinking, why didn't you people arrest him just for the fact that he's a known terrorist and he's in our country?
Well, here's the thing. They wouldn't arrest him, and he killed 4 people. But they will arrest a 14-year-old kid who's mad because everybody's picking on him, and he makes a damn little letter to calm himself down where, you know, they call it a hit list or whatever, where he writes down the people that are picking on him, and he plans out the murder, but he hasn't committed it yet. And he may never commit it, but they arrest him for it.
Right, right.
Ain't that the same thing?
It is. It's exactly the same thing. Someone who's contemplating whatever kind of crime or devious act of what am I trying to think of? Devious act of hurting other people. In the long run, you're still somewhat of kind of a terrorist. It may not be a foreign terrorist, but a domestic terrorist is just as bad as a foreign terrorist. Frankly, the domestic terrorists scare the shit out of me because our federal government knows about them. They know where they're at. They know what they're planning, and they know what they've been involved in. Yet they won't react or try to question them or bring them in for questioning, if you will, until they've done something wrong. Even though they know in their eyes those people are terrorists.
Yeah, but they'll arrest the 15-year-old kid who wrote out his list. But that 15-year-old kid has not committed a crime.
Well, that's what I was saying. Even though the other domestic terrorists have not committed a crime yet, and our government has been following where they've been going and who they've been speaking to, etc., etc. And they have reason to maybe believe that these people could be dangerous or maybe become dangerous in the long run. Nothing is being done until they act on what they've been following. And is that what it's come down to now? To where people have to die before somebody takes action?
I think on 9/11, they knew something was going to happen. They didn't know the trade centers was going to happen. I don't
Yes,
think.
sir. They definitely knew.
I
And
think
it came out after 9/11 that a lot of people knew. They were told about it.
I think they knew that something was going to happen. I just don't think they knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. And it's really sad that they have to sit back and watch and wait to see, okay, are these people as serious? Are they really going to act on what they were saying? And let's wait and see. So how many people have to die out there before something is done?
Well, you look at the way I'm looking at it, it's kind of stupid the way they're doing it. Oh, we're watching this person. Okay, you're watching them.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like the TSA. You know, they're sitting there, and supposedly they're looking for terrorists.
Right, right.
But other countries that have flights coming into the U.S., they don't have the TSA there checking people.
Correct.
The only people that the TSA is checking are either Americans going to American soil or going away from American soil.
Uh-huh.
But you go to Japan, there's no TSA there checking to see
Yeah,
what people are coming.
exactly.
They said that Obama knew where Bin Laden was for a long time.
Oh, yeah. They knew.
That's
They
what
knew, but they didn't want to share it with anyone.
they knew where he was at for probably a year, probably.
Uh-huh. Oh, I'm sure.
They just do it to get the money so they can do what they want with it. You know.
Yeah.
And then they can pop up later and say, okay, we took care of it, and we told you we knew where you was at, and everything's fine now. No, it doesn't work that way.
Well,
If our American government, if they have what do you call it? If they have reason to believe that so-and-so is following a path of destruction and they're watching that person, then they need to watch that person. I mean, really watch that person. And don't wait till that person does something and acts upon what they're thinking about doing. Stop them before it happens. You know, it's better to bring somebody into custody and question them before a terrorist act happens, you know, and people lose their lives. I'd rather them err on the side of caution and look like complete assholes than sit back and wait for the worst thing in the world to happen, you know, to where a lot of people lose their lives because they were sitting back there and just wondering and waiting.
What needs to
And
be
they
done?
still look like asses in the end.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
there's still a thin line there because up to a point they still haven't committed a crime. So you're going in and taking away their liberties before they've even committed a crime.
But Tommy, if they're not American citizens,
If they're not American citizens, that's a completely different situation. Go ahead and bust that door.
Right.
Do it the legal way. Make sure I do it the legal way. Come in. If you want to get your card, get it. But don't sneak across.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, wait in line like everybody else. Do it the legal way. Come over here. But that's okay. But don't sneak across and do shit like that.
Yeah.
That's the way I believe about it.
And this person in Chattanooga, what pisses me off the most is that man had a history. of being a terrorist. They knew he had something in the back of his mind because of who he was and who he followed and who he believed in and the circle he traveled in. And yet, they did not do anything about it. And so 4 young Marines have lost their lives because our government just sat back and picked their ass and didn't act on it.
Yeah.
You know, it could have been, God forbid, it could have been a hell of a lot worse. But even so, losing those 4 men should have never happened.
What's the problem is the government, they're all in cahoots. The whole government needs to be wiped out, and we need to start government off fresh.
Yeah.
They're all in cahoots. There ain't no difference between a Democrat and Republican.
Oh, you're so right.
They're
So
all
right.
in cahoots. It doesn't matter which one's which side. They're all in cahoots. They're all
Yeah.
going to eat with each other. They're all friends. There has to be a new government in place if fresh people comes in.
You're so right. So right. And you hit it right on the head. It doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat or Independent. Everything falls into place. If you know something to be scary and maybe possibly something's going to happen because of that person or persons, do something about it. Take that chance of looking like an idiot, but at least you've done something and maybe stopped killing or whatever. Those guys should have never lost their lives.
Oh, y'all, Peachy said, hey.
Tell
Hey,
Peachy,
Peachy.
come in here and talk to us.
Hey, Peachy. Hey, girlfriend. Come on in and join us, Kim. I'll be right back. I'm going to get something to drink.
Peachy should have 2 or 3 links.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You skate a fine line when they haven't committed a crime. It kind of goes back to what was that movie with Tom Cruise? The Minority Report.
Yeah.
That pre-crime stuff. Well, just because they think of it doesn't mean they're going to do it.
Exactly.
So I think you skate a fine line between them two. I mean, sure, go question them. See if you can get somebody to figure out their intentions and see if they think they might actually do it. And if they think they are, then yeah, try to put a stop to it. But if you've got a kid who's sitting there, he's been picked on, called, gay or whatever because he's gay, and for a stress reliever, he writes out a hit list that says, I'd like to kill this person, this person, this person. Well, talk to him. If he doesn't seem to, why are you charging the kid with a crime? Why are you putting him in jail?
Right.
So for some people, that's a release from the tension and the aggravation and the beatings and everything else they've taken. It doesn't mean they're going to do it. Hell, if I wanted to kill every person that's ever done me wrong, and I've said I wanted to kill, I never get the hell out of prison. I'd still be there. They don't have me now.
Yeah, once you're in prison, you just want to kill more of them anyway.
Yeah.
They do, though. They usually kill about 5 more when they go back, if they go to prison.
And hell, prison's just going to turn you into a damn better killer.
Get you more practice, I guess.
Well, you take a 16-year-old kid who wrote a note saying that, just made up the plan, didn't actually carry it out, just wrote up the plan because it was his way of getting some release from the situation. He's been picked on his whole life for being gay. Well, okay, they're going to try him as an adult because he threatened. He wrote out a letter that said he wanted to kill some people, but he never gave the note to anybody. He just had it in his house, and somebody happened to see it. They send him to prison where being gay is going to get him beat, raped, and if not, possibly killed. If he lives through it and gets out of it, he's going to be an even worse person after he comes out.
Well, yeah, but they don't think of stuff like that.
Well, of course not. I mean, it's not the easiest thing to figure out, oh, is this dude going to go shoot up a school? But you just can't put somebody in prison for writing on a piece of paper he'd like to kill somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, there's a lot of people I'd like to kill. Hell, I've wrote it down on a piece of paper more than once. I'm 40 years old. I've not done it yet.
Tommy's got a hit list? No.
Good God, I hope I ain't on that one.
Don't tell on Tommy.
Yes, Tommy has a hit list, but he's never harmed anybody. Well,
Tommy, don't tell on yourself, damn it. I love you, bro.
Well, I'm also a redneck and I'm outspoken. So.
Well, I ain't a redneck and I'm very outspoken.
So if the government comes, you'll hear a lot from me. Right up to the minute those jackboot thugs break down my door, rip out my computer, and throw me in prison for 900 years.
And it'll be on the national news and I'll be going, what? No! They got Tommy? No!
What's going to happen to the redneck zone now?
We'll carry on. Someone will pick up the name and carry it on. This is for redneck, damn it. This is for Tommy.
He'll be in jail going, dude, you got to give me a computer. I got to keep the redneck zone going.
Yeah. I don't care who I've got to shank, but I'm working the computer, not redneck zone.
The show must go on.
In the words of Mouse, I'll cut a sucker.
Kimmy, are you coming in? I hope so.
Sorry, I got hungry, so I'm eating animal crackers.
That's what I was eating peaches and some other stuff, right?
I'm just making bullets.
Oh, that's what you're doing over there. I was wondering.
Yeah, he makes everything. He's making all sorts of shit 3 times. He's making 3 different things at one time over
The world ain't going to stop for me.
He's a reload.
I love his leather stuff. That is some of the nicest stuff I've seen made.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
I hadn't seen one on video that are pretty cool.
I was going to try to win one when they had that auction going.
Oh, yeah?
Tom and them made that impossible.
Yeah, that was up there pretty good.
Well, y'all, I'm a friend of Tommy's.
Well, there was a lot of them went. I sent a lot of wallets out from that auction.
Yeah, you did.
3 that went to the auction, and then couple. We have some getting Ohio to drink that crap.
Yeah.
God.
When I donated 3 more for that.
Yeah.
And we did really well.
I
It brought in a lot of money.
Yeah, that night did. Yeah, I remember that night. I sent some stuff to Digger to sell there for me.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, I'm a friend of Tommy's from the gun community. My name is Debbie.
Nice meeting you, Debbie.
Same here.
I'm
I'm
Todd.
a friend of everybody in the gun community, and I'm Scott.
Oh, nice to meet you both.
I'm not a gun community. I'm an every community.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, well, I guess I'm part of that, too.
I don't know what I am. I'm something.
I mean,
No.
I
No.
don't look at it as a gun community. I don't look at it as a prepping community.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Tommy, you and I first met each other in a gun video or something like that. Yeah, and then we went bigger.
Nope, first time I met you, we were talking in the chat with Joel.
Yeah, yeah,
It was just the three of us. We was in a private hangout talking
yeah.
about other stuff that we don't
But
talk
you, no, wait a minute. You met me before then, but you and I had never talked.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, because he saw me giving an interview with Jen on Girls Like Guns Too.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
And then me and you and Joel got to talking.
yeah,
Yep.
exactly. And then we all kind of got closer and got to know one another.
What?
Yeah, Tommy subbed my channel. God, how long ago was that, Tommy? That's been a long time ago.
Oh, heck, I don't know.
I don't either. It's been a damn long time ago.
He's a youngin' and he's got better memory than me, and he still can't remember.
Yeah, I figure us old folks just gotta stick together, that's all.
Look, I look at it this way. You know, there's a lot of really, really big channels out there. And
Yeah,
then-
I ain't one of them.
and then there's us, which we're not big we're not big channels,
No.
but we
Yeah.
have fun with what we
I guess it depends on what you call big. I have a gas doing it.
Yeah,
I really need to get some more videos out, though.
that's how I feel. My channel, I started it because I was having fun, and that's what I'm about, you know. And if I feel like doing videos, I will. If I don't want to do videos, I won't. And I'm just on YouTube to have a good time and meet a lot of great people. And that's what it's about for me, not about views or subscriptions. I could care less, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I just like to meet a lot of good people. And my channel is Wolf Diamond, if none of you have watched my videos. Although I don't have a lot of videos out because, frankly, when I feel like putting a video out, I'll put one out. If I don't feel like it, I won't. You know.
Right.
But I've met
I like
I've met some really terrific people. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Well, that's what
I guess I'm an honorary redneck.
Yes, you are.
How did you put that one, Tommy? Because I'm from Minnesota, and
Oh, yeah.
Minnesota's a long ways from anywhere down south.
You're a long way from the south, boy.
But I'm about as
redneck.
I'm about as redneck as it can get.
Redneck is not a place; it's a state of mind.
That's right.
Yep.
And we welcome anybody.
So here I am, redneck. Went to the demo derby tonight. Had all kinds of fun there too.
Just show me. Show me.
Is Kim coming in, or is she just sitting on the sidelines tonight?
Well, if her cable or if her internet's working, she might get in.
Kimmy,
Holy
are
shit!
you
It's
there?
almost 2 a.m.
Yeah.
It's almost 3 here.
Yeah, it's later.
Well, yeah, it's all fine. Just be like that. So here's your preview. I'm doing the video on this tomorrow.
Oh, that's a beauty.
Smith & Wesson Model 28. The old highway patrolman.
That's
No
beautiful.
bullets in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Got
that's,
the target grips on it.
Yeah.
6-inch barrel. Beautiful gun.
and you said you wanted to send it to me. I'll give you my address.
Not quite. Not quite. Nope. It's my new best friend.
Oh, I love
I haven't even shot it yet. I got
revolvers.
to take it out.
That's
Yeah.
a beast.
This is.
That is
It is.
gorgeous. Very
Well,
beautiful.
My Black Hawk is a beast.
I've shot
That's a
one.
357 Magnum when I was looking for one to tote in the woods.
I have the
So it's my
Ruger
new woods carry.
SP 101. Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice one. I was torn between one of those and the Highway Patrolman.
I like that.
But you know
a
what?
lot.
It's nice.
It is
Got
beautiful.
good weight to it.
Looks good.
Now,
I'm used to my Smith & Wesson styles.
is that a 38?
357.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I got a 38 too, but
Uh-huh.
Y'all, I am changing my logo.
changing it.
Yep,
Why?
because Tony just made me a new one.
Tony.
Tommy,
Oh,
how am I gonna find you? You got to stop doing this to an old lady. I get one thing in my mind and I think, oh, there's Tom.
Wait. You'll like this one. If I can get it to show up where I can do it.
yeah. Tony did my logo on my channel. My picture that comes up here is an old Ballister Molina that I got. Love that thing.
I don't know. I don't have nothing. I don't even know how do you set up a link when you do a video to somebody?
If you go to the top of our chat window, that's the link there, and you right click on it and copy it, and then go to the person's about page, click on send message in YouTube,
Yeah.
and then click on the open message box, and then hit paste, and the link should pop in to their message box.
I'm a goober when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, I ain't much more. I used to fix computers for a living, and now they just drive me frickin' crazy.
They have come so far.
Like I said, I'm
They
lucky.
have.
I'm lucky to be on right now on this thing. I don't know how I figured it out. I'm getting used to it now, though. I'm getting better with it now.
Well, I'm gonna have to get going, y'all.
Well, you
We
have
will,
a great rest of the night,
Yeah, take it easy,
Yeah.
bud.
and thanks for
I'll,
showing me that revolver. That's gorgeous.
Oh, I got a couple more.
He's John.
Anytime you get tired of it, let me know.
Yep, that's not gonna happen.
How many guns you said you had? You said the other night. What was it?
Oh shit, I don't know, a couple dozen. Depends on if you're talking handguns or rifles or shotguns.
Yeah, I forgot. You told me. You told me the other night. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, it's a couple dozen.
Gear Enthusiast is the one that did my new logo, but he's actually a SS Survivalman. Used to be
Oh.
used to be on the channels a lot, but he had some problems, couldn't get on, and he came back.
Bush Hunt's the one that did mine.
Well, Tony's done mine. He done the redneck one that I used to have, the one with the redneck zombie. He did
Yeah.
that for me.
Oh, cool.
So he's trying to get his sub counts back up because he lost his other channel. I mean, he's a good person. I like him. I'm even friends with him on Facebook.
Yeah, I got to think about doing that Facebook thing. It should just get so confusing, though.
Hey, Tommy, did you see that? You're friends with me on Facebook, ain't you, Tommy?
Hi, Kimmy. Hi,
And
Kim.
Peachy,
Good to see
Peachy
you.
comes in just
Hey,
in time for me to leave. What's up with that?
Hey, Peachy.
Sorry.
How's Peachy?
Y'all have a good night.
You too.
You
All right,
too.
Mr. Tolly.
It's been
I'll be-
fun talking with you.
Yeah, I'll come back tomorrow night when I get home from work, as long as I get a link.
Well,
Yeah.
you'll get a link.
So we'll see you then.
Okay, have a good rest
Later.
of the evening.
Yeah, have a good one, bud.
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
Sleep well.
Hey, Kimmy, I gotta show you. I got some more ink today. I gotta show you.
Oh, wow. Oh, check that
Okay.
out.
There will be no tattoo showing on here. I haven't been able to get one yet. I have not been able to
What did you
get
say,
one yet. I said there's no tattoo showing on here. I'm not been able to get my new one. If I can't have a new tattoo, nobody gets to see me. Everybody else is.
I had to share it with Kim. We got ink in common.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got ink. I love my ink. I want more.
I love mine too. I just need some more. Josh
Yeah,
will never
see?
get his ass back over.
See? Yeah, we're ink junkies. We can't help it.
Okay, Todd, what was you trying to show me?
Oh, that was a clown. You know, see it?
Yeah.
If I can get close.
Wait a minute, let me click on you so I can find it.
Hey, I want the Wicked Jester on mine, though.
I thought,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That
thought
looks like a pissed off clown.
yeah, it is.
Right?
Yeah, I
Psycho.
thought about getting it colored in, but I've had it like this for so long. He does better work, black work there. So that's been years ago, probably about 14 years ago.
My first tattoos were I got the dark marks from Harry Potter. I got the book version and I got the movie version. And both of them were done by drunk people.
Oh my god.
The first one turned out decent, but it was real small. The second one, the boy was supposed to do an outline of it, but he got it reversed and colored everything in.
Oh wow.
So I've got a new tattoo artist, and he's looking at fixing it for me.
Plus, I don't have no eyeballs in my clown. I thought about putting eyeballs in there too, like real red, looking like red, bloodshot eyeballs in it.
Yeah. I'm on the Wicked Jester. So that
Y'all
or a
all
big
come on over
Confederate flag.
and get Josh over here.
Wait a minute.
Okay, now what was you saying about Facebook, Todd?
Oh, we're friends on we're friends on Facebook. Ain't we?
Yeah.
Did you see that picture with Beyonce? I had with Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you see it, Peachy?
Yes, I did. Shame on you.
That was at the wax museum there. I was touching her boob. I grabbed her boob and they took a picture.
My thing with Facebook is I don't really watch Facebook. I have a Facebook page. I get on it, but mainly I use it to make up stupid little things like the dancing naked with honey on me tonight. You know, I put that kind of stuff on there just to aggravate the good people that don't understand the humor.
I got away from Facebook because people were, God, somebody would put up a post and there'd be like 3 or 4 people ganging up on them because they didn't agree with what they were posting, and I was like, okay, I'm done, I'm out.
Oh shoot, I've lost 4 or 5 friends over the Confederate one.
You know, outside of you, Tommy, and a few other people, I don't go on there anymore because I'm tired of the BS.
Well, that's me. I don't really watch it. I mean,
Yeah.
I talk on the messenger because that's where most of my friends are on.
Uh-huh.
And it is a lot easier to send links that way for YouTube chats.
Yeah. Well, if somebody's having a live hangout, I tell them, send me a YouTube message and I'll get it that way. And I don't even go on Facebook, but maybe once or twice a month, just to check if I have messages.
My wife's the Facebooker. I'm the YouTuber. She's the Facebooker. Which she'll post some stuff of me on there. I mean, family on there every now and again.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, I have thousands of pictures from that museum and just everything. I got all sorts of pictures. I wish I knew what I was doing. I would post it, but Tom Cruise. It went on and on. There were so many of them. I had Steph took one that had Hugh Hefner. You know his bed. Hugh Hefner's bed. It had him in his bed, and you can lay in there beside of him and take a picture beside him.
Oh my God.
Hugh Hefner.
Creepy much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You and me. This was in 1990, and you and me in 2015.
I had stuff like I just had it. Just everybody you could think of. It looked just like them. It was kind of weird, but it was cool. It has, who else is that? The Twilight people. Let's see.
Oh, Lord.
Jim Carrey. Lady Gaga.
Oh, I like her.
So do I.
Let's see. It goes on and on. There's Clint Eastwood.
Mm-hmm.
Mariah Carey, Britney Spears, Justin Bieber.
Oh, God.
No, I don't like him.
Yeah, oh hell, it goes on and on and on and on. I couldn't do it.
Ta-da!
Welcome back, Tommy.
I'm back.
Eminem.
Now see, I like Eminem.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be their like actual height and stuff, and I had Madonna, and Madonna was pretty cool, but Madonna was little. She's a little old thing. It's supposed
Hey, what's wrong with that?
no, nothing. I was just saying she was little. I mean, little. I thought she was a little bigger than that, and it has their actual size and everything.
Madonna's probably got some kind of contract where you can't put her actual size. You got to have her short. And
Yeah. You,
so, yeah, that's probably the thing with Madonna. She's probably got a bunch of contracts that says that, you can't show her full size. You got to have her skinny and little.
yeah, probably.
If not, she's gonna win $6 billion from you in a lawsuit somewhere.
I took a picture of Al Capone drinking liquor at a bar.
Okay, people, I think I'm gonna get the chat off, and we'll hang around on the after chat now. That way we can.
That works.
All right, set time. Bye, people. Thanks
Take
for coming.
it easy. Have a good one.
Okay, bye, Kim. Love ya.
No,
I'm not going anywhere.
We're just gonna go off air.
Yeah. Don't go anywhere.
But
Okay.
Mikey should be back next week. This is his time chat and his slot and all that kind of stuff. I just stowed it this week since he wasn't gonna be here. And remember to come by and watch Threadneck Zone tomorrow. It will be on at 10 o'clock. And we'll do redneckish things.
Central Standard Time.
Bye, people.
Yes.